Buenos dias, buenos tardes, y buenos noches, and todos and toda el mundo, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for a Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and today we have the grand finals of the Fallen Kings Championship between Hokori and Akatsuki, and I will be accompanied by the one and only Sour Rocks. What's going on, my friend?
I'm doing great tonight, MK. I'm ready to watch this game. I'm so excited that it's dead air. I was talking to you before you started the cast that this is one of my personal favorite maps in the game. Anyone who knows me knows that I like two maps in Left 4 Dead 2, and this is one of them. I'm so excited to get game one underway.
Yep, and this is going to be played on Dead Air first. The next one is going to be Hard Rain Downpour. And then if it does happen to become a best of three, which it is, but I mean, if it goes to that third map, we're going to see Pacifice, which means for those people that do like to keep track, and I have to let you know as well here, Sour Rocks, is that it is possible not to see one campaign, two campaign, three campaigns, but all the finales are optional, which would mean that we could not see one, not 12, not 15, not 17, not 18. Since some of these finales have double tanks, there's a total of 19 possible tanks in this tournament match right now.
That's so crazy, but that's the most intense part about Left 4 Dead 2. That's what a lot of people like to watch are the tank fights, and the ones on Dead Air can be pretty interesting. There are some pretty close encounter tank fights, some pretty weird tank fights through a lot of the chapters on here. A lot of them are pretty infamous. I assume we are probably where is the tank 63%. So I assume we are probably going to get the classic safe room tank. There's really only like one tank fight here, maybe two if the tank is at a very late percent. You got to fight it in that room. But I prefer this first tank fight in the safe room. I think it's a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you take the later one, it's going to be easy corner for the tank, and then it's just basically your skill with the SI in close quarters. This one is a little bit more balanced for an opening map, in my opinion, so I like it if with a little bit open area. But here we go. Grand finals of the Fallen Kings Championship is upon us, and we have a survivor not moving. Okay, Shockwave is back. We'll do the roster rundown after the first set of spawns go in. And look at this, our rocks. They get the best set of spawns you can ask for the opening attack. Jockey, Hunter, Spitter, Charger, and look at Akatsuki. And Akatsuki, they are backing off. No early hit here. What do you think of that?
I think it's okay. I mean, I know a lot of infected teams will like to hit on the outside, maybe rocket a special infected off of a roof or something. But of course, there is the death charge here. It's not as easy to come across if you don't have a smoker helping you out. But there's still a lot of chaos that can be had with a pretty good three camp like this. They're gonna let them get across the bridge. It doesn't look like the hunter is set up correctly. It looks, I think that's the hunter over there. It looks like they are waiting for something. They might I don't think they're waiting for the run back. Okay, no. Now the hunter is in a different position.
Yeah, I'm a little. They are really letting them go. I wonder if we're just seeing with the spawns they have, they're just holding it because this is the best you can ask for. Let's see, one shotgun on the inside. They still keep one shotgun on the. Oh no, yes they do. Never mind. One shotgun on the in, one shotgun on the out, and the SI notice that and they pull back. They're not going to attack on the back. Instead, they send one forward. Charger lands. Spit comes in. Hunter should pounce on that survivor. No, it does not. And interesting, they don't choose to go there. Hunter might go for a DP when they come out the run back, and it will be the first tank of the game for Akatsuki in the hands of Alij, and his teammates will be Mila, Meijin, which is Gohan, and Aisha. Take the other side for us then.
Yeah, going back to that hit that they had, I don't know if that was their plan the entire time. It kind of felt like they wanted to hit maybe a little bit earlier, but they couldn't just find the right scenario, and so they waited a little bit longer. The Charger was able to get a charge spit, so that is some consolation. Is going to do a little bit of damage to Zyko, but yeah, this is going to be one of those Tang fights where it's just a lot of swapping special infected, a lot of waiting. The Boomer accidentally stumbled the Charger as he was trying to go in. And we'll see how they play. You can play this tank long. Sometimes tanks like to get really aggressive early. I don't know. How do you like to play this tank, MK?
You know me, Amethyst. I love playing me a long rock tank, but the only thing is that
Mm.
Hokori is probably not going to want to let that happen. And if you notice here, they are willing to give him sight right now because they feel confident on just chipping him down as much as possible before the commit, so they're welcoming the SI attacks. But instead, they just get into a rotation. He's going to roll in right away. He's down about 800, no, about 900 when he gets to the ladder. Let's see what he's down to when he hits the next ladder. When he's on the roof, already down to 4,700. And he should go to the safe room and try to run them out. And he is in. They are out. Now he's chasing them forward. 3,600. Smoker spawns in the front. The jockey lands. Smoker gets the pole. He does get the clear. He punches the survivor too far out of the way. And there's a pounce, kills his hunter. And he might be able to get one more punch. And that will be it. Not even an end cap coming out. A total of 4 hits from their tank there, Sugar Rocks. And a total of quarter of the bonus gone. That is it.
Sugar Rocks. Only your mom can call me that, MK.
I mean, Sour Rocks. now I'm matching you with Sugar now. Oh, no. Sugar's smiling if she's walking right now. You know that.
Oh, my God. No, but that was kind of another weird hit. If you were paying attention during that hit, it didn't look like the hunter was in the right spot. It seemed like the tank always had the plan of coming down from that roof. And you're going to take chip, but that's fine if the special infected are in the right place and they're outside of the building to help you out immediately. But the hunter was kind of running around late, and it caused the tank to take a lot of chip damage. It's kind of why Hokori is in such a good position right now. But that was a really good charge, but the spitter flubbed it. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if the spitter just straight up missed or what happened, because I was watching the stairs, but that's a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah, that turned out what probably could have been about maybe 10 to 15%. Instead, it's only 5. And look at Hokori walking in with a massive dead air 1 score of 760 points. And I'll tell you, Rox, this is a lot of points for Maplewood of dead air, but it's only the beginning. Let's see what Akatsuki can do when they fire back on their survivor side.
I mean, Dead Air Chapter 1 is a little weird. For the most part, unless there's a lot of separation, good teams know how to fight this Chapter 1 tank in the safe room pretty confidently. And then after that tank fight, there's like 2 really big choke points you have to worry about. And after that, it's smooth sailing, and Hokori was able to do exactly that, and they were just able to avoid the bad choke points. Took the tank successfully, and it allowed them to get a pretty big bonus for Chapter 1.
Yeah, and then that looks like Hokori was hitting a little bit of, I don't know, it looks like they're jumping all over with their SI, a little undecided. This is not like Hokori, and they're just going to yield back and hit in that hallway as well, or maybe just when they retreat back. Who knows when Hokori has their SI, they try to think outside the box as much as possible. And now it's going to be how Akatsuki is going to transition on the inside. If they send both shotguns inside the building, if they're in position, they should attack the back. And they're doing that. Oh, both Uzis are exposed in the back here. Are they going to make a play on it? No, they're not.
I don't think so.
Oh,
no, it seems like they have a game plan.
Yeah.
They have like one thing in mind. This Charger's trying to get this spawn in this room right here as soon as Lewis moves. Oh, him closing the door might be really bad for them. Oh, and it is, but I don't think the Charger is going to be able to get with the spitter. That was one of those situations where that was a really intelligent charge, waiting to see if the survivor would close the door and for them to be able to get that spawn, but the spitter just wasn't ready with the Charger. That could have been devastating.
Yeah, it still turns out to be almost identical. A little bit more damage goes out on Akatsuki by about, I think a little bit less than a percentage, so it's not too catastrophic for their cause. But first tank of the game for Hokori in the hands of Shockwave. It is the core 4 for Hokori. And look at this, Shockwave dips down the bottom. And now it's really dangerous when there's 2 infected up to try to shoot him on this ladder. And, no, they're not. He's going to get up there with only, he falls down. I didn't even know there was a ladder there. You learn something every day.
This is the way I like going when I play the tank. You know, being able to go down, dip down low, push the survivors back, tell your special infected buddy exactly where they need to go for the commit. I think you take a little less chip here, honestly, than just going in directly from the roof. But we'll see. Shockwave is going to go in. It looks like he is honestly going to take probably just about the same amount of chip as he is going in from the top. Let's see how the special infected plays out accompanying him. It seems like everything is going to spawn in the back. The jockey is trying to go for Bill, but it's missing. The tank is chasing Francis outside into the greenhouse, but it looks like he's going to stop. A little bit of a discombobulation there, but there should be a down here. Shockwave still has a lot of health, but no, Elige was able to get out of the corner. Nice rock at the end there, and this is going to be a marginally better tank than I think Akatsuki had for their first tank. It was not bad at all.
Yeah, two more additional punches. You're absolutely correct, but there is one little cricket in the background making a thing notice here is that Yefed still has 0 points. Hasn't gotten any damage yet. We'll have to make another note on that if that happens by the time they make it to the safe room. But here comes next set of spawns. Jockey, Charge, or Spitter. Yefed's going to be the Spitter, so a good chance to get some damage here this time, Rocks. But they're slowing down. They're going to go here. They're not going to catch anybody. Here comes the Spit. Charger misses. Looks like they'll get some damage.
Oh, that's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, no,
Oh.
that little corner. Wow. That's extremely... Honestly, it's pretty lucky that Gohan was able to get into a corner where his head wasn't hitting the top spit from the second roof. It looks like they're just going for Rush right now. I don't see right now. Zyko's not going to be able to do a whole lot with that Hunter. And that's going to be Chapter 1 done.
I believe that's an 88-point game after 1. So it is still anything can go yet. 760 to 672. Almost said that backwards here. My dyslexia popping out, but 56.3, not bad. 1 down, many to go. Let's go.
Yeah, a pretty standard Chapter 1 there, I think, for Dead Air. We have 2 good teams. I'm not surprised they were both able to beat the respective tanks. Very short map. It is one of those maps, though, where if one team is able to defeat the tank and the other team is just not, just in general, it could be a huge tone setter for the rest of Dead Air, just because some of these maps, a lot of these maps are a lot longer than Chapter 1, so being having to play from that low or that big of a deficit early on is kind of a slog.
Yeah, oh my goodness, it's been a long time since I played a Dead Air game and see a tank that's going to spawn before they get up the fire escape.
Oh
Look at
wow,
this.
yeah.
It is
Oh my
20%
goodness.
of the way through the map, so this is intriguing. This is not an easy tank to take. He's almost guaranteed to get a corner before he's at half health this way. Here, Rocks. It's almost guaranteed that he's going to get that first punch, unless, of course, he misses. And a note, there is an addition here. Since, of course, the time that we used to play our pugs, is that there is now a ladder for the survivors to get back over. And when they cross this fence, it is no longer
okay.
one way. So it looks
Yeah,
like
that is new.
that is
For
why
me, at least.
that is why this tank spawn has been opened up, so the survivors have an option to choose to go back into the save room area and fight the tank. That is also a choice that they can do, and that is going to see what Hokori is going to lead the way, because they have to go survivor first. The opening set of spawns is a lot different. It's only a 2-2 this time. Retro with a spit. See how good they can start with their S-tie here. Rock, start us off as soon as those infected are ready to go.
Hunter's looking to spawn. Is going to get M2 before he can leap, though. Looks like this 2-2 is going to get shut down pretty quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if Gohan saved this for tank, because it's going to be up very soon. No, he's just going to rocket it off. Oh, I guess he did save it for a tank. He almost didn't get anybody, which would have been kind of crazy, because that was a pretty good rocket boom, but Zyko is going to pop the boomer on himself. And this tank is going to be in... I don't know why I'm having such a problem saying. There it is. Aisha. Or Aisha.
Oh,
Go directly in.
you're in. Take it away.
He's not going to be able to swing, or he's not going to be able to get anyone with his first punch, but it looks like he is going to get a corner onto Shockwave. The rest of the special infected is coming in, and they didn't really land, but they did a pretty good job at keeping the other survivors grouped up in one place. Unfortunately for that tank, the survivors also did a really good job at wearing that tank down quickly before things could get messy.
Yeah, and he did exactly what we were talking about, what I was saying there. Unfortunately, he missed his first punch. Missing that first punch, leaving points on the board, could have been a down early and nonetheless one less gun shooting you for those few seconds. But what could have been is, and now they have a 59% of the bonus remaining, 650 points total. Smoker goes in, not best set of spawns here. It's only a Hunter, Smoker, a 2-2, Retro again with a spit. Hunter should be trying to catch one of these survivors off guard, but both shotguns in the front will make it a little bit difficult to land. And never mind, looks like they're going to be taking their time with their special infected. I thought attack was going to be imminent here, Rocks, but like they're just playing this careful.
Yeah, Smoker's still up. And they all know where he is. It's a 2-2. It's not a great 2-2 for this little hallway area right here. Curious to see where this Boomer is going to spawn. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just trying to get a distraction. He is going to be able to spawn from the back, and it is going to be a
Oh!
2-boom. Not a bad hit, I would say, for that 2-2 right there. And they're also probably going to have more than enough time to get spawns back up for this really important roof hit when they're going to set off the event.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do when they want to fight this off. There is a spitter, so running back inside with spawns up is going to be dangerous. They might just stay out here to see what that last spawn is. Yeah, they got to stay out here, but there is no spit.
Yeah.
That Boomer did stumble him in the spit last hit. One thing to note there, that got him most of the damage, about 10% total gotten from it. And here they go. Common effect to come in. Hunter pouncing around. Boomer's now up. Jockey coming up from one side. Here comes the Charger. Charger doesn't have anybody. They all run away from him. And this Charger is just going to die. And a lot to be desired from that hit, and not much at all. And they should be able to jump over this trash can, climb up the ladder, and start progressing through the map without another attack. So no run back needed here, Rox. Worked out for Hokori.
Yeah, that was a good job shutting down the Boomer. This can get really devastating really quickly if the Survivor isn't, or a Survivor or two, I should say, isn't able to see for even a split second that Charger spawns. There's a lot of different points on this roof right here that can result in an instant death. So good job shutting everything down. And speaking of shutting everything down, good skeet, combined team skeet on that Hunter. Yeah, right now Hokori's just doing a really good job at shutting everything down. That tank fight went okay for them. There was one down, but and that honestly that hallway hit didn't go great for them either. But good job being able to take that that whole roof crescendo really well.
Yeah, and, most of the damage came on the way out. The next two attacks did less than 10%, so I think that was a pretty good take for sure. For right now, they have an opportunity to get a pill spawned inside of this pill box. And they got 2 sets. Oh, that's big. That's an extra 50 points in there, which they're definitely going to get. Let's see how the SI comes. Charger comes in through the middle, misses. Hunter was delayed. Can they get somebody with it? The stumbles is huge.
Nice.
The spit spread gets both survivors. Well done. Even though they pick up the pills, they're still going to lose more than what those pills are worth, and they have to eat some of them to be fast. Really good attack coming out there from Akatsuki there, Rox. Still 20% of the map left to go, though.
Yeah, that could have been really dangerous if that Charger was also able to land. It probably wouldn't have gotten any spit damage, but that separation, along with the Jockey and the Hunter connecting, could have been really brutal. It wouldn't have been a death charge, so it just would have been a separation, but that could have been a lot worse. Charger is going to go in. This one is going to land, and there is going to be a bit of a separation in the back. Bill having a little bit of trouble. Grizz having a little bit of trouble rescuing Shockwave, but all in all, taken relatively well. Still got some green health on Grizz. He's still fast, and maybe you get one more hit in right here?
It's going to be close.
Safe house in that storage
I
space.
think.
Hunter's gotta go now.
Yeah, I think he might just be able to go for scratches. Oh, they get blasted.
Ooh.
Uzi Skeet comes out, free spit. Oh, they get some ticks out of it. The Charger B-hops. Oh!
That was so close. That was really close. That was a pretty good B-hop. He just wasn't able to quite connect.
That was pretty impressive how fast he got in there. He melted by the time he got his face in the door, though.
Yeah.
That was a really impressive B. I think if they actually all went together there, they might have actually landed that, but they didn't have the time to synchronize. They just run in if that Hunter didn't distract enough. I think.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty solid round. I mean, the further like I said, Dead Air Chapter 2 can be so weird. There's so many insta-kill spots. This is such a weird tank fight. There's so many different opportunities for, honestly, even really good teams to die before they reach the safe room. So making it with any bonus, especially a bonus that's over 200 points, is I take that.
Yeah, I agree. I believe I would, too. I would definitely take that. And I'm going to make a call now. 'Cause I don't think any team in this tournament match is going to get wiped unless it's on a finale.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't deny it. I know that both of these teams are really good. It's the reason why they're in grand finals. That air's so weird, though, man. Especially next chapter, if we get a tank that's able to play with hittables. One errant hittable is all it takes to kill someone, and then things start to spiral. So that's why I love Dead Air so much. It's a weird map. There's just a lot of spots that can immediately crush a team instantly that's doing
Started
really
as
well.
we return back live here, Rox. There was also the grand finals of the lower division 3 hours before this one, and it was just about to end. And it just looks like they evened up the score, and it's going to take a third game, I believe.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're going the full distance, if I seen. That was a nail biter in the second game. First one's not so much, but the second one was very, very tight. I believe it took all the chapters to determine a victor. And look at this. They're not sending anything in. No attempt for damage from Hokori. And they land the hunter. It
Mm.
gets clear. The spit misses, though.
Now this tank spawns right. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought it spawned right above them, but it spawns on the ladder. And he is just going to go right in. Go ahead and. Oh no, maybe not. I thought he was. Oh no!
Oh my
goodness! That's exactly what I was talking about. This map is so crazy. That was so close. That was so close to disastrous. That was inches away from a dead Aisha.
That was actually literally insane. They planned that from the beginning. There was no way, there was no ifs, ands, or maybes. Corey saved the spawn for that and thought they would just. If that was literally a quarter of a second sooner, they would have gotten it. Incredible play by both sides. By Akori setting it up, and of course by Akatsuki shutting it down. But alright, here he goes. Yefed in, down a couple hundred before the door. Hits on top at 4,200, circles around, gets his first punch. Second punch at 2,800. Misses a punch there, both sides miss. Gets a punch. No, he missed, kills the tank. I think that was I-framed. Hits a punch there. Tank's still pretty healthy. There's a double. And he dies off there, and I think it's almost dead even. And I think Akotssky comes out on top by about 5% there, Rocks. Good job by Akotssky.
Yeah, I think that tank, Yefed missed 2 punches. I know he missed 1 punch while he was getting burgered by Gohan. And then I think he coincidentally also killed 2 of his SI by accident. I mean, it's unfortunate. Even like I said, like even good players in small rooms like that, they're gonna accidentally kill the hunter and jockey. Everything can't be coordinated perfectly at all times. Just a little unfortunate.
Right, here we go. Smoker pull. The charger grabs him from behind and a slam.
Nice.
Wow, that's gonna be even their damage bonus. That is gonna start oozing away. Ooh, that's gonna be really rough. They're gonna send 2 to or 1 person to go hit the button. They gotta help pick this up. You can't just send 1 person to do the pickup here. They do get the pickup, and that is a big loss. That is 14% damage. They're gonna run back inside. Spawns are gonna come up. They're not gonna be able to get in the room. Here come the hits fast. They do make it in. The jockey covers. Oh, the stubble in the front too. Charger comes in, lands a double charge. Smoker pull forward. Damage everywhere. Rocks. What is happening to Akatsuki?
That was a little messy, but it came together at the end. That jockey was able to just get that spawn off onto Zoe, and then from there, everything was just kind of a cluster of just trying to get one SI off and then another one connected. So that was a good team hit by Hokori right there.
All right, got a 2-2 Hunter jockey this time. Hunter's going to land. Spit comes out. Boomer lands on him. The spit spreads up top. The jockey lands too. The incredible value from the attacks coming out from Akatsuki. Constant pressure coming out. Pills are being consumed. They're still going to get 2 up ahead, but they are at lower health than Hokori was at this point, and they still have over half of the map to navigate, Rocks, and the spitter was not hunted down. And they have good spawns on the inside again. Even though if it's a 2-2, it doesn't matter when it's close quarters. Boomer can be a catastrophe if you land a charge spit, even though it's going to be a charger, hunter, smoker, and spit.
You saw the plan. Smoker was trying to set up for the charger. I assume wasn't able to do that. Hunter was able to land for a second, I believe. I was paying attention to the charger, but that hit was thwarted. But honestly, I think Hokori has done a pretty good job with their special infected post-tank fight.
Yeah, now in the cubicles, I mean, they don't have the best spawns in here, but they're a little separated, and they get a couple of ticks in the front. Smoker won't get anything. Double boom too. Good sack order. Really good by Hokori with also putting a little bit of pressure on their bonus and forcing these pills to be committed. I believe Gohan needs to eat these pills like now because he's taking a lot of common chip. 332 remaining, and it's only about a 70-point difference, and this will be the last hit from Hokori, so it's gonna be so close to being even here, Rox. So close.
Yeah, they are gonna get the opportunity to give a full hit out here in the open, which Akatsuki was not able to do. They had to rush at the very end. So let's see what they're going to do with this opportunity. They're going to go in relatively early, but the jockey is going to do exactly what he needs to do and put Aisha in a spot where his teammates can't help them. He's going to put him behind the white van. They're going to lose a little bit more damage. And that's going to be the round. Yeah, this is going to be an extremely close game. Let's see what the score is when they close that door. 15-28 to 14-32, less than 100 points between them.
I tell you what, they're not disappointing. They're keeping this neck and neck for sure. There's a reason they both made it to the grand finals, and they don't want to let a large delta in between them, no matter what the other team's able to pull off. So good job by Akatsuki, but I do think they fumbled the bag there, in my opinion. They took the tank a little bit better. They took the first attack a little bit better after that, and then it was just constant pressure from Hokori. Nothing big, but just constant, easy. Like what was it? 6%, 6%, 6%, 6%. Take them all the way down to where they got to now. So I just think the consistency from Hokori is very impressive here, and with a tank at 40% of the way through the map, I wonder if we're going to see the tank spawn and the survivors just shoot the gas can at the same time, because the horde won't. I don't believe the horde will be at the same time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, by the way, this is the exact hit you want if you're special infected in this situation. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, Spitter. That is a gross combination of special infected for this tight hallway right here, or alleyway, or whatever you want to call it. A lot of things can spawn from above you. The Spitter has free range to spit on whatever they want to, whatever lands. So this is an extremely dangerous first hit that Hokori has to worry about.
Okay, never mind. I forgot that we weren't live yet. I thought we were live and the jockey wasn't moving, so I'm completely not paying attention to the action here.
No, someone baited you. So they were ready. Oh, they do it again? Oh no, they're ready. Okay.
Yeah, they got it. But no, this is the second time in 3 maps that they had this opening attack. So twice they were granted the best opening spawns. Let's see how well Akatsuki can take advantage of it. As soon as they want to pounce on Hokori, they'll choose when to do so.
What this charger is. This charger is up, gonna rocket spawn from on this pipe right here. Unless he changes. No, looks like they're gonna attack over here.
I think he's gonna strafe jump around the corner. And it's going to be pretty impressive to see, I'm going to tell you. But I think they got to wait for them to come outside, because you don't want to get this attack baited for sure when they run back in with the charger. And here he comes. Oh, look at the with the strafe jump. Oh, he grabbed him. Oh, it was insane. Oh, and they cover it. And it's a slam here, Rocks. And the stumbles in the spit. This is catastrophic for Hokori. A big hit coming out there. What an opening attack, Rocks, from Akatsuki.
That's kind of a risky play, MK, because if that charger just barely misses that rocket spawn, that whole hit falls apart, because the Hunter's going to go in immediately, probably get skeeted, then the Charger's going to come in late. Everything went perfectly. That Charger landed, and as soon as it hit the ground, it got a charge. Hunter connects, Spitter's on top of them both. That was brilliant.
I think if I saw it correctly, he landed and only had 32 health left. That's how close they were to killing him. It's kind of insane of what a little bit when stuff lands and stumbles happen, how you're just not able to clear in time for that slam and stuff to get out. This attack doesn't do anything more or less just to stack Charger, Spitter, wait. And I was wrong here, Rocks. The tank did not spawn beforehand, and they can't rush this. If they rush this with the commons up, that tank will have commons at the same time. So I don't know what the SI are going to do, but it looks like they don't care. They just want to make sure they have a good alley hit, and they will not attack Hokori anymore until they choose to advance forward. And I'm telling you right now, if this was one of our pug games, we would be attacking like crazy right now. It's amazing the difference between high tier play and the games we would play.
Yeah, I don't think either decision is wrong. You can make a point for just sending in special infected right now. There's no harm in waiting if one of Hokori is bleeding, and you can just let them bleed out. Right now they're all still green health, so you're just kind of letting them take the free crescendo. But this is, once again, the exact hit you want on an alleyway hit like this, especially when you can come from the top. So you could, I could see both scenarios, either going in for the crescendo or waiting after for the perfect alleyway hit. I mean, let's see if it pays off.
And a quick shout out to Gun Noodle, who is live streaming right now, but commenting in chat right now in our game. So that's some dedication right there. He wants to be a fan and cast at the same time, so shout out to the Noodle. But all right, back to this attack in this alley. It's a really good set of spawns. Ooh, they might save this for tank just to make sure they can push forward, or is it a good
Yeah.
play? I don't know. Do you want to let them push forward because you could just commit right away with the possibility of hitting a car, or just cutting them off going through the power station? Oh, there's so many questions. What will Akatsuki do? Just have to wait and find out here, Rocks.
This is one of the scenarios where I think if you see it as a charger, you go in and you throw caution to the wind because it could be such a devastating hit if that charger is able to land. Jockey's going to spawn, but he's not going to go in. Looks like they are waiting. You could cut the tension with a butter knife, MK.
Yeah, I know. You don't know what they want to do. The tank is already there. They call
They're
it
at
going to
40.
push forward. They're
There it
going for.
is.
Oh, what a charge connection in the spit! Oh, they're all three
again.
swimming in it. Oh my goodness, that is huge coming out here, Amethyst. But I think the tank has to back off. He can't be too aggressive here or get caught with his pants down. That was a good hit, but you can't get overzealous. And Hokori will be able to push forward to safety. It just costs them about 13% of their health.
Yeah, they're able to avoid hittable city with all of those dumpsters in the back, and now they have to fight the tank right here. Tank fights over in this general area are kind of weird. There's a lot of hittables that, I mean, that car can do so much damage, and it does look like Gohan is going to go for it. Looks like they're going to send in a hit right now, a distraction. That's a good car! That's a really good car! That's a great car!
No way!
Is the tank just going to go in?
Yeah,
I think he's got to be careful. Good rock. On to Grizz. Yeah, he's dead. What an amazing car by Gohan. I don't think there's any chance he meant to do that on purpose. Now he's going to be able to get out with like a plenty of health. Oh, but this is exactly what I was talking about, MK, with this dead air just being so weird.
I cannot believe he just did that. But anyway, oh my gosh, the car comes again. It's another one. This is probably going to be a wipe at this rate. Gohan's so healthy.
Ultra Instinct, get in there, kid. Make your dreams come true.
Yeah, this is going to...
Sure, yeah, but his head.
Yeah, this is a
Yep.
grind out. Is he going to get another one? I was
Oh
about
my
to
God.
say, no way, bro. All right, he gets his corner here. I think it's just a matter of time. Shockwave is now slow. Zyko is pushing forward. Smoker should be able to clean him up with ease as Shockwave is now cornered. Charger rockets in. Zyko is cornered, and that's going to lead to the wipe. And Rocks, what the heck did we just witness in the grand finals of the Fallen Kings Championship? Did we see a turning point? Let's see how Akatsuki can do when they switch over to Survivor.
MK, I've been playing this game for what? When did this game come? I've been playing this game for like over 10 years. I've been watching this game for over 10 years. I'm not kidding when I say that was one of the best tanks I've ever seen. Whether or not you planned those car hittables like that or you just got pretty lucky, that was unbelievable how close that car was to almost missing Bill and then hitting him on the end when the car teetered, and then to do it again to Francis across the map, coast to coast, that was unbelievable.
I'm still in awe of. I still can't believe that he got that between those power lines like that and parked it, literally butt first parked it on top of Grizz. Like, what are the chances
I know.
of sitting the
Crazy.
hatchback on him like that? And he gets the easy grind kill and escaped with still 3,600 HP. Made it nice and easy for him to get in there again. And looks like they are also talking about what they want to do here because they have to deal with the same situation. Are they going to rush forward? Are they going to go back as well? That's going to be the question when it comes to Akatsuki's choke point in that alley. But it's going to be about how much damage they can also negate beforehand, or if you're rooting for Hokori, how much damage they can impose on them. But I'm telling you one thing right here, Rocks, is I really want to see what this Charger is going to do because that rocket spawn on the first side was kind of impressive, and he landed on that guy and got him. Not going to lie.
Yeah, I don't know who the Charger is in the hands of right now, but he has pretty big shoes to fill that because that was a very good charge. I highly doubt. Honestly, the Charger is probably going to go in right away, do the exact opposite of what Akatsuki did. I would not be surprised. But we'll see. Charger is going to go up for the catwalk, and Grizz is going to be the Charger. Hunter's going to get ready for the high pounce. Charger's going in. He is going to land! It's going to be messy! The spin is a bit late, but that is a 3-cap. It's not... Oh, it actually is going to do more damage. I thought, honestly, that wouldn't do as much damage as that... Akatsuki's first hit, but that did even more.
Yeah, that was a triple charge in the spit. The hunter actually failed really bad at the end there. Just couldn't grab anybody when they were all getting up until they actually got up. Still, like you said, that is almost a quarter of the bonus gone. Hokori getting wiped. No morale breaking whatsoever. Able to pull it off. They pull a survivor down. Charger goes in, gets melted, and they're keeping the pressure on here. Not a lot of damage, but getting rid of that boomer last to get a good set of spawns for the alley hit.
Yeah, they're gonna do the same thing. Honestly, Akatsuki's in a very similar situation as Hokori was. And they are going to be able to get the spawn combination that they want. It's a bit unfortunate because Eluge is so close to going slow and maybe having to pop pills, but Francis is just able to come out on the other side looking pretty green. So we're gonna, oh wait, no, they're going in. Hunter's gonna go for the high pounce, see if it connects. It's gonna hit the pole or the bar by accident. That Smoker's going to go ahead and get a pretty good pull. Hunter's gonna get smoked. So they actually did the opposite. Spitter wasn't able to get anything. Now he's just gonna have to spit block, which is gonna maybe a separation here. Akatsuki's a little separated. They're gonna go back. So they're oh man, and Aisha just has to run through that spit. But they are headed to Hittable City, as I like to call it, MK.
And they're, oh my goodness, they got to get out of this alley. Here comes the Charger. Oh, it's still danger. They do avoid the boomer somehow. I don't know how that boomer does not land, but they're going to be able to get out. But the dumpster's still coming through. They got to get to the high ground and be ready for it, because this is going to give Zyko a chance, and that's one of the tanks that you don't want to give time. He's got dumpsters flying through the sky. It doesn't hit on the survivor. He's getting to the high ground, and it looks like Agotchi's going to be able to reset here and catch their breath for just a moment, Rocks.
Yeah, I mean, frustration at 40%. Let's see if he's going to throw rocks or if he's just going to go in. It looks like he's just going to go in with his hit. They have a Jockey, Hunter, and Smoker, so it's a pretty decent hit. I know some people might want a boomer for this hit because there's a lot of spawn points, but the 3 cap is not bad by any means. Tank is going to go in. He is going to get a hit onto Francis, but he's not going to be able to get up the sandbags. Francis does not have pills. He's going to be able to get another quarter. That's a double punch onto Bill and Lewis. Francis is going to get smoked in the back. Zoe has to rescue him. Does a pretty good job. Zyko is going to get another hit onto Gohan. And this tank still has a little bit of health. Let's see if he could do anything else. Good job dancing around by Mila to avoid the last hit. That was a pretty good tank, though, by Zyko. It's not a wipe, but they have no more pills. They're all low health, and now they have to go through a couple of tough choke points, MK.
Yeah, and they got to crawl through the alley, which is going to be more of a brutal thing. The boomer just died. Charger's going to respawn. I don't think they're going to delay the pickup. They're just going to wait for a full hit. And it's only a distance game by this point. There's no way they'll hold on to this bonus when you're playing against Hokori. And at any second, they're going to attack him with alley choke point. Jockey, Charger come through. Charger lands. And the Hunter covers right after the Charger's dead. And they both in the spit. And is that a black and white survivor? No, it is not. That is Mila's first down. And the crawl now begins, Rocks. How far can they crawl?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be a little easier to defend against special infected hits up here. There are some spawn points you got to watch out for. A boomer, he can come out from so many places, and a boomer can slow them down so badly. He can come from the roof. He could come from behind a truck. Smoker's going to go ahead and get a pull onto Lewis, and the jockey in front is going to be able to put down Gohan. And that's 2 down right now. They're doing a good job of slowing down Akatsuki.
Jockey, oh, they get the delay. This could be big. This is going to allow the spawns to reform over the other survivor that's down. They're going to delay this. That first one that was picked up is now black and white. If they don't get this person picked up and it delays more, this is going to be catastrophic for their cause. Hunter ready to go. They go with a ski coming out. Spitter is just going to go for a block, I believe. Couple of ticks. Maybe this Smoker sacks out, I believe, too. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to keep this Smoker. Oh, no. They're separating. They leave Mila. And the Charger cover. Oh, wow. That's so lucky there, Rock.
That was a good job clearing it. Yeah, I mean, that Charger had the right idea, the punch and then the 180. Wasn't able to get the pin, though. But yeah, Hokori is just chipping Akatsuki away. The Boomer is going to be able to get the 2 boom. It's going to slow him down even more. Oh, and he just wasn't able to get the scratch onto Lewis there.
That was so close. I could not believe they didn't delay that pickup. I thought for sure they had it, but they still have three survivors are now black and white, and one survivor somehow has not gone down, Aisha. So it's a matter of time before the survivors start disappearing. Let's see how much more they can take. 100 DP fails, goes for the back one. Jockey Charger too. Oh, they land a pound. Spit comes out. Does Mila get out of it? No, Mila
Nope.
is dead. And now they crawl with 3 more, but they have claimed the lead by at least, it looks like it'll be 100 rocks. I don't know how much more they'll be able to claim from Hokori on this chapter.
Well, now that Gohan and Elige have health, they're probably just going to leave Aisha behind. I wouldn't hate them for that decision. I mean, oh no, it looks like they're still protecting each other. You got to be careful. They honestly might make the safe room. They only have to get over pretty much this hit right here. It's not a good hit either. It's a 2-2 with a Jockey Smoker. That's a hit no one wants to see when they have to capitalize on a bunch of slow survivors. No, I think they might make safe room here, MK, and that's going to be a good chunk of change to their points.
Yeah, I do agree. And yeah, the Smoker Jockey 2-2, Nine Null has named that. We call that the Poo-2. Not a great attack at all. It's a poo-poo. Nobody likes to see that, but you got to be really creative to be able to get some value out of those set of spawns. And here comes the attack. Hunter's going to land. Yeah, we're going to see some people die here. The only survivor that hasn't been is going to be a wipe. Yeah, they die out, but still, they have taken a 202-point lead over to Hokori with only 2 maps left to go. If they could just hold on and go up 1-0 in this series, that could be really big for them.
Yeah, that was a good job just crawling their way into almost the safe room when it kind of looked like they weren't even going to make it out into that parking lot area, but they were able to find pills. That was huge. Even if Mila went down and wasn't able to make it outside, that 200-point bonus for a campaign like Dead Air is going to be huge. And we're going to see another early tank, MK. This is one of those weird ones that's always close quarters. It's going to be a little funky. This one has a lot to do with, honestly, how ready your special infected are to assist you. Let's see here. We just need Zyko to get readied up. And we will have the 4th chapter of Dead Air ready to go.
And I am muted, and I didn't realize it. So awesome. So as I was trying to communicate with you, the other grand finals is in the finale, and I think there's only a 280-point difference going into Hard Rain
Oh, wow.
Downpour's finale. So it's anybody's game yet, which is kind of insane. And I kind of hope that the underdog can make the victory because I don't know if you are aware of, but the other team that was in the underdog got in just into the playoff bracket in the 15th slot with a only 3-win record, and they lost the first round of the playoffs and has won every round since to make it to the grand finals. And on the other
Wow.
side, they have never lost once. So that's the story that's going on right now.
I I mean everybody loves an underdog story, right? I mean that's such a miraculous to be able to. That's like the March Madness, like that. Everyone loves it when the team that nobody expected to come from behind and win. Not exactly what we're seeing right here. I mean these are 2 teams that very infamous, some of the best who still currently play Left 4 Dead 2. So a different kind of game that we're seeing right here, but still one that's so close.
I'm uncertain what the. Never mind. Gohan has returned. I wonder if they're talking about where they want to fight this tank, because it might be discussion if they're going to fight it in one of the 2 big office rooms, which I think is probably the best in my opinion. But it has been a thing where the survivors like to retreat and take it back to the safe room area, so you can kind of firing squad the tank around the corner before he gets to come in and get a corner. But the only problem that I don't like about that is that you're susceptible to multiple double punches if you just make one little mistake. And not only that, if something lands inside there and gets stumbles, you could be stumbled into doubles. So it could be also catastrophic depending on whatever they choose here. Rocks, and for me, I think I'd rather take the big office room, even though the tank would have a quicker corner. That's just me, though.
Yeah, there's like really only three places you could fight this tank, and all of them have their pros and cons. Um, it really just kind of comes down to, do you know what the special infected are that you have to worry about? Do you have to worry about a boomer? Have they gone in? Do you have to worry about a spitter immediately blocking someone off and a tank being able to get an easy corner? There's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself. And speaking of asking questions, I have to ask the question of, where is Hokori going to hit? And it looks like it's going to be right out front of these two doors right here.
And it's probably
Let's go through the offices.
it's something that I've noticed over the past couple of years, that usually hitting out the safe room is pretty the standard. And some of these top teams have elected not to do so and just allow them to navigate a couple of percentile through the campaign chapter before they choose to send it in. And they just want these close quarter hallways. And with the Hunter, the possibility of getting an Uzi in the back, which is definitely optimal, in my opinion. 2 Uzis, nobody to skeet it. And they send it in the back, and they are completely separated. The Uzi, they can't get through the door, though. Oh, no, it doesn't work out this time. Hokori gets outsmarted. Not even a ticket, not even 1% of damage coming out here. Good job by them, Rocks, for Akatsuki.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good hits this game. There haven't been a lot of completely clean shutdowns. That was one of them, though.
Riz?
Just weren't able to
Question
get
mark? You see that?
connected in time.
He punched the shortcut open.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't see that until you mentioned it right now.
And look at this. This is what I was talking about. They choose to go to the safe room here just for the firing squad ability. They can shoot all their guns and reload and get a quick reload. They don't even need to hit R. They can just grab a gun and go. That is the one benefit from going back here. But Rocks, in a game of this magnitude, this is a really ballsy call from Akatsuki. And I don't know if it's the best one. I don't know.
There really is no way to like fight around, because mainly what you want is you want to have a couple people who just don't leave that catwalk to just chip away the tank. Someone is going to get cornered immediately. There is no room in the safe room. I mean, let's see what happens. The tank is going to go in, and just like I say, it happens. The tank is going to go ahead and opt for multiple punches, so he's going to immediately go up that ladder. The charger is going to land. That tank is only at 48%. I was going to say 48% HP, that 48 health in general. Yeah, I mean, it worked out. I would say it's a weird tank fight. It's honestly it's a boring tank fight. You have to kind of hope that the charger is going to get a couple of stumbles, or the hunter's going to get a couple stumbles with a couple of well-timed tank punches. I mean, Akatsuki took that, I'd say, very well.
Yeah, they were at 99% bonus when they started. I like the pill pop from Aisha, welcoming the tank to get the corner. And the tank had left him because he knew that's the least value. Very wise, and it got doubles in his resolve. So it worked out in favor. Attack comes out here, not a lot of damage. Everything pretty much shut down. I believe that is that a quad sack? I don't know if that was a quad sack or not.
It might have been. I know the boomer died last. They are going to go ahead and rush this, though, with Gohan being the only one boomed.
No way! They did it, bro!
Did they have the quad?
No, the underdog story from the other team.
Oh.
They did it. They came back and beat them,
Wow.
and they're gonna force another week, bro. Incredible.
That's so cool. Good for them, man.
Sorry that I cut you off there. I apologize for that.
No,
I was waiting
fine,
to see the result from that. And shout out to Noodle. Thanks for the raid.
Well, speaking of which, they do have the quad, which I wasn't able to see at first. Now I am. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, Smoker. They still have to worry about some common trickling in. Let's see where Hokori decide to play this. There isn't a whole lot of map 4 left, so they're going to need to do something kind of drastic here, MK, in my opinion. Akatsuki still has a lot of health.
Yeah, I mean, 661 bonus tank is dealt with. And if this quad doesn't land, I mean, they're only going to see one more hit before the safe room, and only going to be a 2-2 as well. And I don't even think they have time to sack out of it, but look at Hokori allowing them to get into a more open area to allow their SI to get in there. Usually you want these close quarters, but you need an open area for this smoker. And look at them just changing on the fly, Hokori knowing the best chance. And I wouldn't be surprised if they wait all the way to where the globe is, to where they have rocket spawn. That's where it's going to go. I like this call from Hokori here, Rocks. And man, this is a big play coming out from them. If they can land this, they could instantly jump in the driver's seat of this tournament match.
Yeah, this is the most advantageous spot for the rest of the map, easily being able to come from the top, like you were mentioning, MK, and they know it too. They know it's a
Oh,
quad.
look
They
at
know
the
Hokori is
movement.
taking their time. They know that they have to play it carefully right here. Otherwise, things could be a disaster. So they're just going to take their time and slowly inch until they probably hear one special infected spawn. They're going to go right back into that little restaurant area.
Oh, here it comes. The charger comes through. The charger gets melted. They do land a rolling tri-cap, but it's cleared with the quickness. Only the smoker gets the most damage. They'll pop these pills. It's about 100 points off of the survivor's total. And it's going to be a 2-2 coming in without the smoker at minimum. I didn't see what was the third to die there, Rocks. But this is an impressive take from Akatsuki, and they're going to force Hokori to have an absolutely phenomenal survivor round.
Yeah, this is all going to come down to where does Hokori decide to take this tank fight, and are they going to be able to do a decent enough job at killing it? I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. I mean, Akatsuki, as we're seeing the survivors get into the safe room here, generally did a pretty good job. I agree with you that the safe room play can be kind of risky because it really just takes like one bad stumble. The tank gets a triple punch, you all die. And the tank didn't even have a bad strategy. He went up top right away to try to get everyone off that catwalk, and he gave his special infected an opportunity to get the people on the bottom. It just didn't pan out for him.
Yes, and good job on the body blocks from Akatsuki, but he did get the double in there. And also, shout out to the Polish Phenom in chat. Shout out to Krycha. But now it's going to be, man, let's see. What did they totally walk in with? 48%. And this finale, we need to note that even if you're in the head by 700 points going into this finale, it doesn't mean anything. Because if you die to that opening tank, you'll get 0 points. So if you get 0 points and the other team kills one tank, they're guaranteed at least, 544 to where the next tank spawns.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a wipe here, it's GG. We go on to Downpour almost immediately. I would be honestly a little surprised though. I mean, both teams have taken tank fights relatively well. I mean, we did see a lot of like crazy stuff happen last chapter, but those are some of the craziest tank fights in the game. That area right there, there's just so many hittables. These are a lot more straightforward. Edward, like I said before, relies a lot on the special infected. Can they get stumbles? Is there a boomer? Isn't there a boomer? So yeah, we will see.
All right, looks like Akatsuki again having a little bit of a communication here of what they want to do with their special infected. And now there's another little lore behind these teams here, Rock, since you've been out of the community or out of casting for say about 2 years. These two teams have battled it out many times. This is their 6th grand finals that they have played against each other.
Oh, wow.
And Hokori has got the W every single time. They were never able to overcome them. They were even able to get Hokori to the loser bracket, and Hokori took back-to-back best-of-3s and took them down. But now they are trying to make sure they leave no I's undotted and no T's uncrossed. They want everything in their way going into this chapter, and this is going to determine the start of this tournament match, because not only do they need to beat them this week here, Rocks, but they need to take it again on the next week best-of-3. But this is where it all starts. Spitter, Hunter, Jockey, Charger. This is actually the 3rd time they had this opening attack. I completely missed it. That's 3 out of 4 so far in this tournament grand finale.
Yeah, it's a hit you want. There's a little corridor. These tight hallways are so dangerous when you know that the other team has a Charger and a Hunter, and even that Jockey can get some stumbles and things can go real south real quick. Taking their time and playing it safe. Looks like the Hunter is going to go in from the back. Charger's going to go in. That Hunter's going to get smoked. That was a good job baiting the hit by Hokori there. Now this Charger, Spitter, and Jockey are all alone and spawned in. See how safe they want to play it. Charger's going to go in!
Wow.
That was a little bit hasty from Zyko right there. A little bit risky. I mean, you do have to go forward eventually, but he just wasn't paying attention to the right spot, and he got charged.
Man, nice outplayed by the special infected. Look, they're shooting this tank up early. Not a whole bunch, but about 150. And this tank as well. Does he have to go through the shortcut? I believe he does. He has no choice. Or he's going to take a lot of damage.
Boom just it must have been too close to that rock. I don't know how that didn't land.
So they're also going to take it into the safe room area. This is interesting. I'm not a huge fan of this, in my opinion
I don't
here.
know.
But when you have the skill of these teams, they know better than us here, Rock. So who knows? Maybe I'm just trying
Yeah,
to be
we're
a
only
little
shoutcasters.
pessimistic. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what do we have to say?
Maybe being a little pessimistic here is out of line, and they know exactly what they're doing because they're definitely optimistic about this. And I definitely took the other tank away, so you take this one away, Rocks.
Let's see how it goes. They're going to close the door. They are going to run back. They're not going to immediately be in the safe room like Akatsuki was, and they might pay for it a little bit. Grizz is not going to let himself get cornered, but it looks like Francis is going to be able to... No, Mila turns around. Oh, I don't know if that was the correct play. We'll see. Nah, maybe it was, because now Zyko's going to go down. Mila's not going to get a whole lot else from that hit. That was a little dangerous, MK. I don't think that they were as prepared for that tank fight as Akatsuki was, but it turned out okay. They still have a lot of health.
And they're just going to sack out here, and let's see, they're going to come out on top after the pills are popped by 4%. Oh, they find an extra set of pills, though, so never mind. Hokori's going to be on top by a bit. And they actually have to go the long way around because they didn't break the shortcut door. I was wrong. Smart play from Akatsuki. And they can't push it. All the commons were there. The Hunter hesitated. He shouldn't have hesitated, but the Charger does land a pound spit. Does it spread in there? No, it doesn't.
Just barely.
Oh,
just barely.
Oh, it did get him? Okay. Oh, the jockey!
The jockey's able to get him for a second.
And now it's dead. It's dead even now. Dead even.
Yeah, that was a good hit by Akatsuki. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of other crazy points here for Special Infected to get a whole lot of stuff in, because they're going to take a hit right here, then rush. They're not going to be able to. They're going to be able to surpass the chokehold that can be kind of dangerous when you first enter that little hole. Charger's going to go in. He's going to be able to land thanks to the smoker. Whoa. He's going to get a slam. This is kind of a crazy hit for this area. This location doesn't really get a whole lot of like action.
That's wild there. I'm kind of speechless. That's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. They are going to be able to run forward. No spitter during that hit either. Just very well-timed, well-coordinated Special Infected hits.
I believe it's just, a Charger scratch away from Hokori losing the round 2, so it looks like Akatsuki is going to further their lead for this finale. Yeah, there's no way this finale is not played at this point. They're trying to go early here. The jockey spawns in between the Charger. Oh, nice. The Hunter is late, though, gets skeeted. Oh, that Hunter big-time misplayed there. Rocks, that was a free pounce when he was separated. Huge misplay from Akatsuki, but still, they managed to win the round.
Yeah, good spit by the spitter there to block off the area after everything hit. It can be so dangerous as the spitter when you've got 3 good cappers to just wait and see and not pre-spit to see if you can get a lot of damage. But that spitter doing that right there is going to allow them to get one last hit in. And this Charger is going to land a double punch and a double charge. A little bit more damage, MK.
That was actually really impressive that they managed to get that right there. It's actually insane. They're going to walk in with 436. We're going to need a Chapter 5. How much the lead is going to be for them? Let's see. 29-48, 26-53. That is almost 400 points. No, almost 300 points, just shy. Hokori on the back wall, something we're not used to seeing going into the finale.
I gotta be honest with you, MK. I don't think I've played a Dead Air finale in like 2.5 years. It has been a while.
It's been some time, and I'm anxious to see what the opening spawns are going to be, because when you have that opening spitter, oh boy, let me tell you, you get a free shot of that dumpster in the walkway, and if it makes it in there, if you're able to hit it into that goal, hit that soccer ball in there, it's a game changer. Again, the in cap almost a guaranteed wipe, and they do have the spitter. They have a Charger as well. Oh, this is going to be very risky, because this tank's going to spawn right by the plane, Rocks, and he gets 2 free punches with these baggage containers. So it could just fall right over the top of these walls at any second. That is the only bad part. I don't know how fast the tank spawns, though, when they open the door. That's what it's going to come down to. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we've already seen one crazy hittable today from Gohan. I wouldn't be surprised if we were in store for another crazy ride here with this tank, whoever it's in the hands of. Yeah, this is a pretty dangerous hit. Anytime you have like a tight alleyway, hallway, whatever you want to call it, like this with the Charger Spitter combination, it doesn't even matter sometimes what your other two special infected are. You always have to be careful. And you're right. How fast this tank spawns is going to be incredibly important to how the rest of this chapter pans out.
Yeah, this is about as. I tell you what, if you're a fan of competitive Left 4 Dead, it doesn't get any better than this. When you have it coming into the last chapter. This is only the first game, which is me also failing to take off my subtitles. Can't believe nobody said anything, so everybody's just been watching the subtitles fly by. I'll take them off now. Habit.
We only need Aisha to ready up. We get started here. And stay tuned because no matter who wins this game, we are for sure going to Downpour. Next game after this, we'll see what happens here on Chapter 5 of Dead Air. Tank's going to spawn in immediately. Charger's not able to get a spawn, though.
He got
so
picked?
That's pretty big.
The spitter got picked? No way!
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why the Charger didn't spawn. Now the Tank's just going to go right in. MK, you take this one away. Oh, maybe not. Going to go back. Try to find a hittable.
Yeah, he had a lot of comments, but they were able to clear it. This is the fact that they got out. This is already a game changer for Akatsuki. In my opinion, here, Rox, it is now the game. Wait, what? Oh, I was like, where'd the Molotov come off the fire? The airplane just crashed, and a thing of fire flew on the tank, and I thought it was a Molotov. I was, oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. It misses. I thought it was a lot closer.
I thought that was going to roll.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to roll for a second, and it was going to be disastrous.
And oh man, he's gonna play corral the survivors. He's got to get the other bit into play and push him back the other way now.
Akatsuki's playing this so well. He's playing it so safe. This tank's not able to get any good hittables in either. He might just have to go in.
Yeah, and that's not what they needed. They need hittables. Oh, here he is. He is in. He has no choice. He has a tri-cap. They're around him, 2-2, surrounded on both sides. Hunter Charger comes in. Charger does land. Jockey covers. It's a rolling tri-cap. No way! They're going to get wiped if he doesn't get out of the corner.
Way.
No way. They wipe out. Sour Rocks, what did we just witness? Hokori saying no, not today.
That was so clutch. That was unbelievable. Grizz, by the time he actually committed, literally had like 2,500 HP. That was a dead tank. That was a dead tank, and Akatsuki was just so focused on trying. I forgot what landed initially. I don't know if it was the Hunter or what it was, or if it was the Charger, but it was just one of those situations where they felt so much pressure to get one of the special infected off their downed teammate immediately that they weren't paying attention to their surroundings, and then eventually the worst came to fruition, and that is a wipe.
I cannot believe that just happened. They even got out of the tunnel with ease, safely, and it all went downhill for Akatsuki. And now they're going to have to wipe Hokori, or they're going to go down 0-1 in this best of 3 with Hard Rain Downpour right sniffing at their feet.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, that's one of those where it's like sometimes the tank does all the work. Like we saw a couple of tanks here where in this campaign where you go, that was a great tank. That was great support. Sometimes it's the tank, sometimes it's the support. That was an incredible job by Hokori to turn this one upside down.
Holy crap, that is crazy. I cannot believe we just witnessed that. That has got to be so demoralizing for Akatsuki. They got to be able to keep their head clear and know that it's not over yet. They could actually still win this game, and even if they lose, they still have the chance with 2 more campaigns if they could claim the next victory on the next campaign. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're still got this way to go. And right now, Yefed and Zyko are said they want to communicate with this, and I think they're doing a little bit of a waiting on the ready-up game on each other, making them wait 2 minutes each side. It would seem to be to try to get in each other's head. But Hokori right now, I have to say, does have the advantage, even though they're in the deficit.
I was going to say they're getting in my head more than probably each other. Let's go. I want to see some gameplay.
Yeah, right? I am super hyped for this. Only one more left, Zyko. And I guess it's safe to say that even if Akatsuki is able to get a kill, and they're able to survive with 3 with no bonus, that is still enough to get the victory. They do not need to survive everybody. But here we go. Tank's going to come out of the way. How are they going to be able to keep these survivors in this tunnel? Here it comes. Spitter comes in. Spitter is
Oh, the Charger
successful.
fell.
Charger was the tank too. Oh my goodness, this tank's rolling everything on this. Rocks, take it away.
Let's see. There are going to be a couple survivors dropping down. This is kind of sloppy right now. Elige is in though, going to be able to hit a couple hits onto Grizz. He is going to be able to pop pills. Yeah, this is kind of messy. I think right now Elige is just hoping that the common can slow them down. He's going to go ahead and get out and get his other hittable. Probably a little bit of panic. Okay, all right. For a second, I didn't realize that plane was in the way. I just saw that hittable flying through the sky. Yeah, I think a little bit of panic on the part of Elige there. I don't think they exactly had a plan. That Boomer is just going to sack. Elige is still first pass. They do have hittables in okay locations. I mean, they're not messing around. They're banking all of this on these dumpsters. He is going far away to get all 3 of them. He only has 2,500 HP left. He's going to need a really good hit. But I mean, hey, Grizz was kind of in the same situation with his tank. And the Special Infected were really able to help him out. And Elige does have a 3 cap on their side. 1 hittable, 2 hittable, 3 hittable, 4. I feel like a Dr. Seuss book. Now they're just going to abandon him. He's going to go directly in. I can't imagine this tank's going to do much. There's going to be a 2 cap. It's all going to come together a little too slowly. They have to kill this Charger, but I don't think Hokori really cares. This is a dead tank.
Now it's going to come down to quad tries. I just want to like get enough points to get the W here, Rocks. I believe it's got to be every other hit quad, and there is nowhere for Hokori to hide. There is no rooms. That's one benefit, but the one downside for Akatsuki is there is also no air spawns above the survivors. So landing that charger is going to be quite the challenge as they go in for a damage. The jockey jumps in. The hunter should go in and die quickly, but instead they're just going to kill Spitter and the Boomer. And there is the quad. And what's the point difference? Now about 130 left. Ah, man. Rocks, I think they're only going to get 1 try at it. I don't think they'll have enough time to sack it to a second.
Hokori still has so much health, too. I mean, this is going to be a tough... I mean, we've seen some crazy things this campaign, but yeah, this is going to be tough for Akatsuki to come out on top.
Oh, they got a room. There is a room. There's no way. Nah, I think Hokori's got this in the bag. 100 points away. Yeah, I think you'd rather have kept the Spitter at this point. Yep. And Rocks, I think we can say Hokori got this in the bag.
I think you're right.
What an amazing tri-cap to solidify their victory. Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that was so clutch. It just was not quite enough presence of mind from Akatsuki on there. And I mean, they had opportunities to shut down that Special Infected because it wasn't a perfect hit. One thing landed and then the other 2 came in to secure the other survivors. They had opportunities to take care of the Special Infected going after them. They had opportunities to clear the one guy who was capped. They just weren't able to quite get it done.
I'm going to go back to the room again because they want to play it safe. They know they're not stupid. This is a smart play. 70-point delta, exactly the difference between the teams. I don't know if they'll get a chance to send this because the points are going to jump any moment, but the common infected are taking a long time to find their way. Here they come. Hunter coming through. Hunter does land. The Smoker. Oh, it's a nice damage hit, but they're not able to get it, but it doesn't matter. The point delta has passed, and Akatsuki has won this. And yep. I will go get the command for this. So give me 1 minute.
And for those of you asking in the chat, the next map is going to be, if you're not aware, Hard Rain Downpour. So that is going to be it. Hokori is going to take game 1 and it was extremely close. It was so back and forth. A hittable there or a missed special infected there. We're looking at maybe a different winner. But as it stands, Hokori is going to take game one. So now Akatsuki is put on their heels in game two. Let's see what they can do in the world of Hard Rain Downpour.
Yeah, one game down, ahead by Hokori. It's kind of wild how many of grand finals that these two teams that I have seen battle them out, and they have never disappointed, making it go the distance. Yeah, I definitely do agree, and I agree. Well, first off, we're going live here, but I was going to say that a lot of the remakes are pretty good for people that are interested in trying to dabble into customs that are nervous about it. The remakes are a good way to kind of have the same feel with slightly little change to give it a little refreshing. So I suggest them. But here comes the attack. Hunter has given up its location and gets blasted out of the sky. There goes Smoker Pole, and they're going to kill the Spitter. And it looks like they're going to go quad try against Hokori very early. If his Boomer ever decides to go, there he goes. And what do you think of that, Rock? Early quad attempt.
We're going to see a lot of different strategies, and we talked about it, MK, and we are going to see this quad attempt next to an alarm car, which is something you always have to be so careful about. Also, I think something worth mentioning, it looks like they're going to go past it. Oh, maybe not. Jockey's up, at least to intimidate them a little bit, but it does look like Akatsuki is set up in front here. Looks like they're going to go in. Everything coming together a little bit late. One thing I was going to mention, MK, was that we didn't see a whole lot of them because a lot of what the hunters are good for on Dead Air are just like really close quarter stumbles. We're going to see a lot more skeets this campaign.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with that because it being open, but right now this is probably one of the more advantageous choke points for the special infected besides the end building, the end house from Blood Harvest finale. But look at this charger spawn, gets completely melted. Got a little greedy with that punch in my opinion. Hokori shutting it down, making it only about, what, 2.5 damage average per hit right now. Not even that, less than that average because they've taken 3 hits already. And Hokori looking very strong with the momentum from the last campaign here, Rock.
Yeah, that's not surprising. The Survivor is almost, I have to imagine, it feels like they're able to breathe. They don't have to worry about being in a tight alleyway every 5 minutes. They can actually look around and check for spawns, and they're doing a good job so far. First tank fight of Downpour, it is in the hands of Gohan, who had the miraculous tank last game, MK, and he's got another car here too.
Nice. Yeah, I like them corralling the cars around the house on the stilts, but this being Downpour, it's a little bit more dangerous now because you can punch the car over the house and it's not out of play. That's exactly what he does, and it falls short, so he's just committing. No hittable opportunity, just wants the corner. He's still very healthy, hits the ground at 5K, gets an early punch. This is really good to get a body block. They'll take the damage. Charger comes in, Charger misses. Hunter will land cleared immediately, and he has no corner anymore. He's all alone. Oh, the Charger going Fist City onto Psycho, running his pockets, and I don't think the tank can get much more. He might be hunted down. Maybe decommits.
Still for fast though, yeah.
He might be able to get out with a couple hundred, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with it. He might just die. Yeah, he's just going to die.
What the cart? Okay.
Good try, but not a bad tank coming out considering, but oh man. Yeah, just average. I can't say it's any more than that. Maybe a tick, like 1% more than average. That's it. Good job by Hokori.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hokori played that tank well. You just got to play under that house. There's so many cars there. You can't really venture out too far away from all of those poles underneath that establishment. And they played it safe, and it worked out well for them. Oh, the Hunter up here. Got to be careful. Oh, there we go. Nice skeet coming in from Zyko. I think that Charger hit that man a mat. I don't know where he was going. Ran into a wall.
Yeah, and the Hunter, when you have that many chances to pounce onto Zyko, you're gonna get killed. You gotta be able to get it. If he misses once, you can't let him reload his gun and get you, because he will, and he does eliminate the Hunter. Even outsmarts the Charger, but the Charger gets a fist. And Hokori looking to put up over 1,000 points onto Hard Rain Downpour. Incredible momentum right now that they're holding from the Dead Air campaign here, Rox.
This isn't really that surprising, though, to be honest with you, MK. We're going to see a much more competitive game from the Survivor side. We're going to see a lot more shutdowns. That's kind of what we expected going into Hard Rain Downpour. Look at that. Boomer bouncing around like a beach ball. He's going to get shut down, though. Last hit coming in. That Hunter's going to get smoked. And speaking of the smoke, it's going down too. That's going to be it for Hokori's round 1 of Downpour.
Yeah, that is 11:56. I believe it's going to give them. Yeah, that is a ginormous Chapter 1 score. And I'll tell you, Akatsuki needs to be able to make it with at least half of the bonus, or they're going to find themselves in a fast deficit. And Downpour is not worth a lot of on each chapter either. They're all like 500 or 600, so you don't want to be down too much. See how well they're able to take the tank. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind.
You want to hear a prediction?
There was still spit from the previous chapter not going away. I don't know, just maybe just
wow.
a visual bug.
Kind of a different feeling here in the air right now, MK. That was a very fast ready up. We've been like sitting in the safe room most of the time on dead air. Akatsuki's like, let's go. I'm ready. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for them.
And they go super fast, but it doesn't get anything fruitful but a spit tick or a boomer slap. I don't know which one actually came through. It looks like a boomer slap, but regardless, they are on the move. Akatsuki, very impressive start, but yeah, I did feel different in the air. But right now, let's see how it feels on the Survivor side from Akatsuki. But so far, very strong with not a lot of damage on the opening hit.
They're gonna have Hokori's gonna have a very similar hit here to Akatsuki did for their second hit. Let's see if they're able to make better use of it than Akatsuki did. It is going to be another quad. Whether they did it on purpose or not, that's the reality we are in.
Ooh, look at this. Hunter's creeping. Hunter's creeping around. They know where that ladder is. Yeah, I was going to say, that Hunter, you don't want to be on the ladder. You'll get blasted through that. All right, here it goes. Jockey jumps over. Charger rockets through. Not going to have any success. Nothing. I think no damage from that quad. A little bit of friendly fire rocks. That is it. Clean. Akatsuki looking strong on their Survivor side right now.
This is going to come down to how good is Hokori's tank going to be. It's going to be in the hands of Grizz. Let's see what strategy he is going to implement. Honestly, when you're in a situation like this where there's a very good area for the survivors to dance around hittables, sometimes it's better to just avoid the cars and go right in and not take chip damage, but we'll see what Grizz does. I'm going to go in ahead and assume probably a better player than I am. Charger's going to go down. That Boomer is, I thought for a second, going to be able to get a boom, but he is not.
And this will be tank number 7 for tank number 6 for Hokori into the hands of Grizz. They didn't need the extra tank after that because they just changed the chapter. So this is tank number 7. Oh!
Nice car.
Right?
Oh, well, maybe not. It rolled way far away.
I thought if it would have just like stuck there, that would have been really rough for Akatsuki.
Yeah, it takes away that balcony.
Like Grizz relocating. Look at this. Very aggressive with these hittables. And he's going to bring 2 more. Akatsuki's got to get under that house now, Rox. They got to be careful.
We'll see if Grizz is able to make anything of this. Like I said, it's so easy to dance around a lot of these hittables. You think they're in good spots, but these poles just stop anything from happening, and Grizz is taking a lot of chip. He's now going to go, and that car is in a pretty good position. The survivors can't go back there. Currently, he's able to push Rochelle out in front of that car. He's not able to get a leash down. Now Grizz is going to try to get out. So his game plan the entire time was put the survivors in areas where they can't go forward or can't go back because there's cars there. And his plan almost worked, but he wasn't able to get the car onto Rochelle.
The clear on that jockey was so close to not happening. If all those cappers were a little bit closer to getting the stumbles in there, that might have been so much more disastrous for Akatsuki. And now they're going to have to try to recommit this. They're going to set... Boomer really needs to help here. Jockey gets M2. Charger. Charger with a little bit of a pipe dream. Not going to land. Maybe a rock? Nope, doesn't get it around. Grizz is dead. And Akatsuki firing back here. Rocks, they look very good coming out with 79% bonus, and they are poised to win this chapter.
I don't hate the plan by Grizz there, because I was talking about it before. Like the hittables, you have to kind of like be careful because when there's an area like that, you don't want to waste too much time on them and take the chip damage. But he had a good plan: put one car in the back, put one car in the front, push the survivors out into an open area, and then get the hittable. It almost worked, just wasn't able to come to light.
Watch out!
This is actually probably the last big chance for damage from Hokori, and they're not gonna have a charger. So it's gonna be hard to get an insane value from this, but I could still see double digits if they're all able to land their cappers. And it looks like no one is planning to come for a shotgun, but they keep the shotgun on the bottom. Oh, he gets the skeet! Mila popping off! Great positioning from the survivors, a couple smoker ticks. But my goodness there, Rox, that was a great shot. And I gotta admit, Akatsuki just right now putting the survivors in the proper positions to take advantage of all these situations. Oh, he's gonna get the spitter?
This is a
Yeah,
little...
he does! He got it!
That might be, we'll see if that... Oh my god, the spit actually landed directly on Gohan, too.
They're gonna get a quad now at the safe room. Let's see if this bites him in the butt.
I was gonna say, I think it might. To
Ma-
get rid of that spitter there, because it does give them the quad, like you said.
Imagine if they land this at the safe room with the quad because they chase down the spitter. That'd be a wild turning point of this match.
Oh yeah. They're going fast, though. They're just going right for it. I kind of like this strategy. They're not ready. Charger? Dude, someone has to get these chargers. Compasses, they are missing bad. Chapter 1 of Downpour. We saw a lot of really good chargers on Dead Air, but it looks like the Special Infected not able to find their footing as well. And that is a really good end score from Akatsuki.
They almost scored 2,500 points together. That is crazy for a first chapter of a map.
So I think that answers the question, though, that they're both still locked in. I don't think Akatsuki has any sour feelings, if you will, pun intended, about Dead Air, because it seems like they're all working together perfectly fine. There's no anxiousness, there's no rushing, and that's the attitude you want to have. So good for them.
Yeah, they are done with being second. They are ready to take the place of where Hokori have sit over the past couple of years. They want to take them down, and man, are they doing a great job on Hard Rain Downpour. We'll see if they can hold that momentum, because now they're first as survivor. So let's see if they can keep it. The tank at 61%, and I'm trying to think where this is going to be at. This is going to be probably at the conveyor, a little bit before the conveyor, or maybe a little bit after on the transition, because I know regular Hard Rain,
Yeah.
it's 56% when you drop off, so it's going to be flirting with that percentage. And if I'm the survivor team, I don't want to have to drop down that conveyor, because that is a much more difficult choke point, especially if the tank's going to spawn as soon as you go down, because there's a lot more SI opportunities to come from in that area.
Yeah, it could be kind of a funny tank fight inside of that room with the big generator and stuff. There's a lot of different spawn points that Special Infected can come from. The tank can throw rocks on top of the roof. Excuse me, I have to get my power cord. My headset is informing me that it is low battery. Ugh.
And here we go into chapter 7 of this tournament match. Corey down a couple hundred points. In the lead is Akatsuki. Opening set of spawns, Jockey Hunter, Charger Spitter. Again, they rewarded with the best hit in the game. This is the 4th time out of 7 chapters they got it. Over 50% shooting with the best hit. I love to see it. It gives them what they have the best chance for maximum output. The question is, what can they do here, Rox, when they come out here? Will they wait, or will they try to catch somebody off guard?
I think catching someone off guard here results in a lot more damage, but it's risky because if you don't, that's the end of the hit. So I assume they're all going to go together.
Bitter pre-spawn. Hunter doesn't time that quite correctly. Mila is still not exiting the side of the window. Charger walks in, misses. Spitter's able to wait. Hunter pouncing around, waiting to go through the window. No, he goes through the front door. It does land. Spitter lands. Jockey covers. Oh, this is huge.
Jockey is so bad. Oh, man. That is huge.
That is huge for Hokori. Very rough for Akatsuki. Starting this chapter with almost taking more damage from that hit from the SI than almost the last previous chapter here, Rock. Most of it came from the tank last chapter.
And I don't know if you saw it, MK, but that Hunter was like 5 health away from being skeeted. And if that Hunter gets skeeted, I don't think that hit happens. So just barely couldn't quite wrench their way out of that hit.
Yeah, it's amazing how some games or sports say that the game of inches. This is a game of HP. Sometimes it could take one. That's all it needs to change the game. Just like it
Mm-hmm.
takes one common to change an outcome of a tank fight sometimes. But here we go. It's going to be a Boomer Tricap, Hunter Charger, Smoker ready to go. It looks like they might hit on the... No, they're going to hit early. Smoker pull, Charger covers, does land as well. No slam. Hunter is slow landing in the back. And somehow, even though everything's able to land, Hokori still gets the right stack order. Good damage output from Hokori, I must admit. Averaging almost 5% per hit here, Rocks.
And it looks like they are going to have to drop down here and go a little bit further for this tank to spawn. So probably going to see a fight in a pretty similar area that we would on regular hard rain.
Ooh, do they have to go down the conveyor? That would make it... Oh,
I think
but
it might.
actually going to spawn here between the survivors, but only the Hunter comes to fruition. Everything else shut down, but the damage output still comes. And compared to last chapter, they're going into this tank, already down 18% of the bonus. I think right now Corey's got to be happy with the momentum bouncing back. And Akatsuki needs to clean it up a little bit because it's going to be tough. They got a Zyko tank incoming. This is tank number 8 of many yet to come.
So the tank is going to be able to get on this roof. That's one of the biggest differences between Downpour and Hard Rain. You don't have to worry about getting on that silo. You can immediately just chuck rocks from an even better vantage point than you can in the original map. That's exactly what we're going to see here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a pretty classic rock tank here from both teams, MK.
Yeah, a lot of things that we've noticed over the past, I'd say, year is when Zyko's the tank, he is always going to try to get the maximum value of every single HP. I wouldn't be shocked if he just drops down and throws a couple of rocks onto Akatsuki and even puts himself in jeopardy with sacrificing some HP, because that's the game he loves to play. And he's doing a good job holding the rage. Still 75% frustration, trying to get away with that rocket boom in that shack. Not able to find it. Charger's ready to go. Hunter comes out. Here comes the rock attempt. Oh, he almost hits his charger. Hunter gets some damage. Boomer gets a nice triple boom.
Nice.
Oh, this is huge here, Rocks. It's going to be hard to LOS. And there's going to be a lot of comments coming in late because this is Downpour. So he's going to be committing with some commons. Where are the commons? They're not even there yet. Oh, this is very scary.
Yeah, that's one of the weird things about a lot of these user-created maps is sometimes the spawn points for common infected aren't where they should be like they are in regular maps. And Zyko's going to get kind of turned around here. He's going to go for a corner on one, then turns around in 180s. It looks like he is going to get someone into a corner. Oh no, he's going to hit Ellis away. But it looks like he is going to find him again and immediately change targets and then go back for Gohan. Again, a little indecisive, but he is going to be able to get the corner. Eventually, he's going to climb the silo, but oh, he is able to get out. Maybe not. No, they are able to pick him off.
Wow, Akatsuki, considering that triple boom landed, I think they came out looking very, very good. They were at 80-some% when this tank started. They get out at 52. I think that is a blessing for them here, Rocks. They really dodged a bullet with that triple boom. Charger coming in, doesn't connect. Spit's going to miss. Boom comes out too. They're going to go quad against the Akatsuki here. And this is a really good spot to throw the quad too. I like this, Rocks. They got to go up the stairs. There's spawns everywhere. And if stuff lands, you can get reset or insta-caps.
I think when it comes to tanks that are trying to play a rock tank, sometimes they can see a really good boom, get stars in their eyes, especially when the common doesn't come in right away. They think it's going to back them up later. But honestly, Zyko had a really good opportunity there to just play, honestly, a rock tank until Saturday, if he really wanted to.
Yeah, but he chooses to do what he could. I thought there was going to be a little bit more commons. I'm not going to lie. I thought the Akatsuki lucked out a little bit there, but here comes the quad try. They're going to land the charger and the smoker. A slam will come out from the charge. Almost two. No quad landing, but they'll take a couple of dings off. Everybody's still fast, so they'll be able to get up top, hit the button, and they'll see Hokori's quad one more time in the sugarcane field for sure. And there is no way the survivors can take it any faster than that. They're going to have to wait for this door to open. So definitely Boomer Spitter Sack coming up very shortly.
Yeah, no elevator. Like he...
No, I think it should be fine. Wait, what? Shockwave isn't joining the team.
There we go.
Okay,
Now he's there.
I was about to say, but he did give him a spawn timer. Uh-oh.
Okay.
That might not be good. He
We'll
might
see.
actually get a spitter. No, he was before. He should be fine. Yeah, they're fine. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. That's good news for them. This is one of the most dangerous hits in Left 4 Dead, period, whether it's Downpour or Hard Rain.
Yeah, because I can't see too good out here.
It's extremely hard, and that's the point, MK. This all of the special infected can honestly spawn up and just be masked by this sugarcane. It looks like they're gonna try and see and wait to see if they go in with this quad while they're in this building. I don't think that's gonna happen though.
No, this is smart by Akatsuki. We're just gonna wait out all the commons. Everybody's fast. Bleeder is not a threat of hurting the team at the moment. They could wait this out for another minute or so. Only bleed out 1 HP every 4 seconds, so they have, what is that, about 3 or 4 minutes before he'll be slow. But right now it's the slow crawl forward. Jockey's up, Hunter's up, Charger moving forward in the map. Smoker looking for something in the back. And I just think he's a little too far away for me, because all they have
to find a spawn.
because all they have to do is hug the left wall here already. This is different. This is not regular hard rain, so they're protected by a fence now.
Oh no, that's huge. I didn't even see what happened to that Hunter just get.
Are you really gonna shoot?
Did he just get sniped? Did someone just see him in the wrong position?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, this Charger could be big.
Oh, they're not clearing it. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of damage, Rocks. They don't clear it right away. They'll get 100 off of it, but it looks like they'll be able to walk in. But yeah, the Hunter pre-spawned back there. Didn't make any noise, and I guess he tried to run away, and they sniffed him out when he ran away, so they got the kill. And Agotski's gonna walk in with 400 some bonus. No, they're gonna have to take another set of spawns.
There is a spitter, so he can spit block whenever he wants to. Kind of surprised that he didn't spit block immediately. I think that was a missed opportunity, because that would have at least allowed his comrades to get up and get their spawns. But yeah, it's going to be like a 400 bonus for Akotssky on their side. All things considered, a chapter well taken.
Yeah, they had the lead, and they're gonna force Hokori to put up a pretty big chapter score in order to take the lead from them. I think it's about like 60% bonus to even the score. It's about what it will take. And this tank, I think, is probably one of the better tanks for the tank to play. It's hard to LOS if the SI are doing things. There's a lot of common coming around. You can't really stay hidden. Like you said it perfectly. These custom maps have a trickle effect of when boomers land. They might take a couple of fences they need to climb to get there compared to some of the basic campaigns. So with that coming into play, by the time they have their other spawn, the common infected might just get there, Rock. So they're actually committing with a horde and a 3-cap.
Yeah, things can get really dicey when it comes to that. You're absolutely right. The Hunter's going to go in right away. I don't think the spitter was ready for it, and that spit spread is just going to miss. Oh, no. No, it did hit Zyko, actually. I thought it just missed, but turns out it just connected.
And that spitter didn't believe. He should have trusted and spit way early. That would have been so much damage. If they spit right when that Hunter landed, Rocks, I bet you any money that would have been at least down to about 87%. Just saying.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's we kind of talked about it a little bit last game. Sometimes as a spitter, it's so risky. Do you go for the pre-spit and trust your special infected team, or do you wait and get a little less damage, but it's a little safer of a decision? Those are the kind of things that make the difference in games like this.
Interesting. Oh. What did
I tell you? We were gonna see. We've already seen like quadruple the skeets this game that we did in Dead Air.
And that's a quad sack, and that is, in my opinion, the best time to go for a quad sack right in front of tank. That's what I love to see. So you're not crippled by the 2-2 that incomes after. But even sometimes, well, let's look at the survivor. He's having a hard time. Grizz. Okay, Grizz gets up. Now the SI will have a more advantageous spawn. They could split him down. This alley here.
Has to work on his Minecraft parkour a little bit there.
Yeah.
You can go back to the training grounds.
Are they going early? They're going right now. The Charger's going to get killed. And I don't think everything was on the same page. The Hunter was way late. Oh, we got a 22 damage? I missed that. And all of a sudden, they're in better shape.
I don't hate that going for that quad right there, because I don't think Hokori expected it. That Charger unfortunately missed, and if that Charger lands, that's huge damage because you're right, there was a 22 pounds onto Zyko. It didn't quite come together, but I saw the game plan, and now we have a tank in the hands of Aisha.
Is he able to spit block them, or are they able to regroup? No, they're able to regroup. The spitter just couldn't quite get there. But, yeah, this is tank number 7. No, they have another one. This is tank number 8 for Aisha. Kind of crazy that we're saying that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do though here, because like I said, there's so much opportunity to just play Rock Tank here until Christmas if he really wanted to.
Shout out to Alpha. I'm still waiting for my wings. He said he'd get me some, so still waiting. But, all right, he has a tri-cap that's probably good for committing, but I think they want to go for some damage.
We'll see.
And there's an attempt, but it's really... Oh, look at this. The pound separation. Okay, is he going to get this rock? Oh, they get the ski. That was so close.
And I will say, at this point during the tank fight, even though it seems kind of like a minor thing to point out, Zyko was doing a much better job at keeping rage than Aisha is right now. So maybe they will have to commit and be forced to a little bit earlier than I thought they were going to have to.
I don't think he wants a boomer. They got to try. Boomer's got to do something fast. This rage is going down quick. Charger does land. Oh my gosh, here rocks. The boomer comes in and they land the boomer too, but the rock won't be successful. But they're getting constant damage with the hits. There was about 3.5% each SI hit with the tank, and they got 2 so far, so it's being effective.
Yeah, it's okay. You can take a little chip damage here if you're Aisha. You can go down to like 5,000 HP and still feel pretty good as long as your special infected is getting some chip damage in, just like you said. I think this tank's going to go in soon, MK. I took the last one, so you take this one.
All right, this will set the tone for Akatsuki. If they can put some pressure onto Hokori, Zyko eats those pills. He hits the ground. He's down to 4,500 HP. The SI are pouncing around. He misses his first punch. Gets one, but the jockey took him. Jockey is still alive. Hunter lands. He goes over, takes the pounce guy. Smoker took the jock guy by mistake. He does have a corner, though. Smoker pulls to get a separation. And Aisha gets an in cap down to about 1,100 HP. Be lucky if he gets this rock. He does get the rock. Can he get one more? Can he try to get this health down one more? He gets another one. Oh, what a finish here, Rocks. And it looks like they're almost going to win the chapter as is. As Hokori still has to crawl the way through the map. And is it? He has to eat the pills. And it is done. They have already won the chapter. Congratulations to Akatsuki and Hokori. Now got to make sure they lose nothing else, or they're going to go down even more. Look at this spawn. Oh, the charger. Spitter gets picked, but it can't stop the slam. Gets 2 slams. So it's like the spit hit anyways. And I can't even catch my breath here. I don't know what's happening anymore, Rox.
Yeah, it really didn't seem like that tank necessarily did anything crazier than Zygo's did last time. It didn't, like the special infected didn't quite hit when they needed to. The moral of the story is Aisha's tank just stayed alive longer. The damage onto that tank wasn't as aggressive as it was when Akatsuki was a survivor, and that was the difference maker there. Is pretty cut and dry.
Oh, this Hunter wants it. I know they want to go. They got to crawl, or he's thinking about it, but I don't know if the play is to go here. Even if they're slow, no, it's not. And I like this call to wait on the inside.
Yeah, I do too. It's a really dangerous area. Survivors have to be constantly alert. And they know Shockwave is literally a sneeze away from going down right now.
Oh, he is 1 HP.
I forget a sneeze, maybe even a tickle. Hit's gonna go in, and Shockwave is going to go down, and the jockey is going to get the separation up top. That is catastrophic damage.
Is that a down? That might be another down.
That is a down, yep.
Wow, that's it. They're going to have no bonus. The best they could do is be down, what, like 500 now? I mean, 600. Maybe even more than that. What is it now? About 740 as it sits. This would be huge for Akatsuki. Spawns are about to be up. Hokori's melting together. Oh! He flies through the sky.
That coming from a mile away. That Charger was licking his chops waiting for everyone to get grouped up like that.
We both saw it. We were both commenting at the same time. I was like, they're getting way too put together here. They gotta pay attention. And the full distance will not happen. Yefed will meet up in Chapter 4. It's just a matter of time here, Rocks, before they wipe out. No way they make the safe room with these survivors.
Yeah, Akatsuki just solid play all around. A little bit of a missed opportunity by Hokori, I think, not doing enough damage to the tank when they needed to, and that's kind of what set off this firecracker. The Charger's going to go for a long charge. Now he's just messing around.
I respect it, but I don't think a grand finals is the time to go for this. But I get it. They don't even want to let him get this distance, man. They're really putting the pressure.
Yeah, they haven't chipped him at all.
Oh,
no, he dropped down.
I think
he had a good opportunity to kill Ellis there.
Yeah, so do I. I think he pushed out too much. He shouldn't have backed down. But I don't know. Are they gonna be? Nope. I think this is where it ends. Nope. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard to pick anybody up. The Charger just dies now. Yeah, Zyko's dead.
Yep. Yeah, this is going to be the end of Chapter 2. With Akatsuki having a pretty significant, the most significant lead easily we've seen so far this tournament game. It's going to be almost, what is that, like around 700 points?
Look at Rochelle just swinging madly. And there it is. All right. So they're going to be down 630, I think is the...
I think you're right. But I'm only saying that because I don't want to do the math myself. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
But either way, 630, 650, whatever it is, it's a 600-point lead for Akatsuki. And yeah, like I said before, that's the most significant lead we've seen so far during the entirety of this tournament game.
Yes. 670 is the magic number. But the question is, when does 670 become locked in for this campaign where you won the game? And unfortunately, even the finale is not locked in because the distance is 600 alone. So if you can get wiped early and the other team just walks in with a little bit more than that, it could definitely bounce back from. So Akatsuki cannot get too comfortable. I think if they put up 50% bonus this map and 50% bonus next map, they should be all right. But still, they got to make it happen. And a tank at 42% of the way. Ooh. The question is, Rox, is that on the outside of the Raid Forward shipping building, or is that inside the cubicles? Because if that's on the transition out, that is a game changer for sure. Because a mistake and an in-cap and transition outside this building or a ledge hang is an easy wipe for the other side.
Yeah, it's been too long for me to since I've played this campaign for it to exactly say, but you are 100% right. It is going to be a completely different looking tank depending on exactly where it pinpoint spawns. We'll see what the first hit here is looking like a Charger, Jockey, Spitter, and Smoker. For those of you at home who aren't aware, who have never seen Downpour before, there is no sugarcane field hit on Chapter 3 of Downpour. They have to go directly into this building. So what we're going to see is not sacking for a quad, but we're going to see a much similar hit to like we've been seeing on Dead Air, where there's a tight corridor, and the Spitter and Charger are going to come from above and hopefully get a spit charge.
Oh my gosh. I just can't believe what I just said. I said the score of how much of a lead they had by how many points. You know the two numbers that are first.
Yeah, that's why I said don't.
No.
You hear me say don't?
I'm sorry. I completely missed it. And Harley Unreal immediately noticed it with the question mark, and 76 has to put his question mark in there, but no 76, no.
I'd rather the score be 630. I like that number better.
What's 690? That was what happened to that.
It's a good number.
Yeah, right.
It's a great number. Yeah.
And this is game 2, everybody. I see some people asking if it's game 3. This is game 2, so we're probably not even halfway through the action if this goes to the next game. Technically, the halfway point, if it goes to the next campaign, would be at the end of this side of the chapter, which is kind of wild to say, but Here they are, transition on the outside. Another good set of spawns. Charger, Jockey, Smoker, Spitter. And look at this. I don't know if I've ever seen a team hold it over to here. And I'm telling you, Rox, the meta of opening attacks are changing in 2026.
It's a fine idea. It's like one of those things where if it doesn't pan out, you kind of wasted a hit. But I mean, like they have the Spitter, they have the Charger. This is kind of the exact scenario you want. I think you would prefer a Hunter over a Smoker in this scenario, but they'll take what they can get. The Charger is going to try to separate Ellis, but they're not going to be able to grab them. Gohan's going to stand in that spit for a little bit too long, sucking up the Mountain Dew, but that could have been a lot worse for them.
Yeah, actually, if that spit wasn't favorable for the Spitter, that would have been 0 damage. The Charger, unfortunately, was not able to win his 1v1 on the separation. I like Hokori's go. Everything was right on their plan. Just good job by Akatsuki shutting it down. Just sometimes that's how it rolls, and they have it on. They have their try-hard helmets on here for sure, Rox. And man, are they playing lights out right now in the second half of Hard Rain Downpour.
They have to be careful, though. I don't know if they're paying attention to where the where they currently at and where the tank is. I think now they've realized it. They're literally, they step out there and it looks like they're going to fight the tank in the corridor. Boomer realizes it and sacks himself because he's not going to be able to get anything in that position.
And tank number 9 of the tournament match will go into the hands of Yafed. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing here in this darkness. Oh, okay, I see what he's doing. He's just not taking damage on the chip. Wow, what a scenic route to take no damage. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Yeah, gonna go all the way around.
Yeah, it's nothing. He took nothing. That's. Well, Rox, I gotta tell you, if you ever wanted to learn the best way to go, watch the best do it. And I don't know if I've ever seen that commit path before. First time.
And it's important too. That's key. I mean, like just a tank getting a wipe here, 500 chip could be the difference. So being able to go in with full HP 6,000 is going to be a huge difference maker. And here we go, a battle inside of the corridors. The tank does have a 3-cap in his wings, but he is going to be able to get a corner on a Gohan. To be very surprised if he let him get away, but it's going to take 5 punches to get him down because he popped pills. The special infected is still waiting behind him. The Hunter is going to block off. Oh no, the Hunter's going to go for Coach and the tank's blocking him off. Gohan could die here. And the Jockey's got to protect. He's not going to be able to. That was so close. The tank is going to be able to get a rock. I think that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. I don't know if the tank could have necessarily done anything different, but I think he probably should have tried to defend that Hunter a little more because Gohan was about 3 seconds away from dying.
Ooh, oh my goodness! That curve rock was so close to landing. They kill him off. And there's a little bit more of that above-average tank, in my opinion, coming out from Hokori. And Akatsuki really dodged the bullet. I thought that was going to be so much more catastrophic there, Rox, with that pounce separation. Gohan does not get the skeet when he's hit down the stairs. They dodged a bullet, and somehow they still have a very good health bonus at 865%. What a pill pop by Gohan being when he was cornered.
That's a little bit of a what if there, MK. Like you said, it was an average tank. And I think I don't know, like I said, I mean, I guarantee you all these players in this game are better than me, but I do have to ask the question, what if he defended that Hunter a little better? What if he just played a little bit safer? I don't know if he could have done anything necessarily too different, but man, I think he's got to be kicking himself saying if I could just stay alive a little bit longer, that would have been a dead Coach.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they should have threw it all out there, but they had bigger eyes. They were going for the wipe. Sometimes you got to go what's on the playing field rather than what's not there and what's a dream. And right now they're going to take a hit in the alley. Choke point here. It's going to be a tri-cap with the boom. Smoker pull forward lands. It's not cleared right away. Charger lands too. Does get cleared right away. Good stack order as well. Boomer Smoker dying off the end. Last hit coming out from Corey will be a Hunter Charger Jockey Spitter. And I don't think it's going to be at the truck. Probably down the alley after they jump over here, Rox, or maybe even closer to the safe room. All depends where Corey wants to throw it.
Yeah, I'm going to be slowed down a little bit because of these common after the tube, and that was a pretty good hit by Hokori. I mean, we're just seeing the thing is that both of these teams are just so good that even a hit that looks like everything connected and everything landed the way it was supposed to, sometimes the clears are so good there's just not a whole lot of damage coming out.
Oh my goodness, they're going to put up 700 more bonus. This is huge for them. This is probably the most difficult chapter on the campaign. They managed to survive it with 53.1% of the bonus, putting up a 3-chapter score, 3,640. It's almost a 2,000 lead over Hokori in the winner bracket. Man, this is going to put some pressure on Hokori here, Rox. I think if they lose this chapter, the time has ticked too far for this campaign. And also, thank you for the raid, my friend.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, God forbid, that tank wipes here. I think Hokori just says, GG, go next, and you go into Pacifice. I mean, that's obviously looking way deeper into the future, a future that might not even exist, because this is going to be a pretty difficult tank wipe. It's not exactly a great tank fighting spot if you are the zombies. But, I mean, if it does happen, going to Pacifice right away and just resetting the tone instead of slogging through a game where they're like 1,500 points down, I can't imagine they want to take that route.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how well they play here, but I'll tell you what, Hokori never wants to give up. They will... Oh, he said MVP. Are they just saying map?
No, no way.
There's no way. Are they saying map?
No. No.
Oh, no. There's no way. They're all readied up. They're waiting for Gohan.
Yeah, that actually made me... I literally looked down at my keyboard when you said that to see how close the V key was to the A key to see if there was any chance they misspelled map. You made me rethink like 20 years of using a keyboard.
Oh, that's hilarious. I thought about it, but I didn't look at the keyboard. But that is true. You're like, let me see. Is that possible?
There's no way.
There's no way.
That the V key's in Florida, the A key's in California. It didn't. It's not happening.
And it looks like Akatsuki doesn't want to wait that long.
I mean, hey, it didn't really work out for Hokori. They're gonna go inside the building. It's gonna almost work out. That was one of those weird kind of situations where I think the charger got brick walled. I think I wasn't inside the building, so I wasn't able to exactly see it.
Reload.
Yeah, I think that was a well play by Akatsuki. Just unfortunate physic engine right there, just not cooperating with him. I think they should have been rewarded with more damage, but still, that is triple the amount of damage that Hokori was able to put out. So even though it wasn't a huge amount, they did get more value. So they got to look at it that way and see if they want to do it for a follow-up. And I don't know, if you attack here, Hokori could choose to jump out and push all the way forward, but the question is that the right play? Jump down and clear out the area. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like Akatsuki wants to hit, though. Nope, never mind. They're backing in.
I don't know. I don't really like that outside area when fighting tank. There's a lot of opportunities for some errant booms to cause a lot of problems.
Especially when you have a lot of these top teams, they're confident in their shotgun players, so they don't not worried about staying indoors whatsoever. As long as they have some room to run around. These guys have no what's the word I'm looking for? No fear to deal with that.
It's gonna be a weird hit. No spitter here.
This separation in the back. Look at it.
I don't think they want to hold this. There's gonna land. He's gonna get a slam. He might get two. Oh.
Nobody covered it. He went all
Nobody
alone.
covered it, yeah.
But it was me.
That was one of those.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, that was one of those where I think the Charger just saw it and he was like, hopefully my homies will back me up.
No, it was the tank. That's why Mila won. And I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
To sack your SI into a tank, you couldn't get better value than that. That is about the perfect as you can get. And they land a one boom here. On this map, this is huge. If any comments are coming from the rear, he's going to be able to commit with them.
Oh,
and they are. Right, they're there. There's a few.
You got to go right in. You got to go right in if you're Mila right here. This is your best opportunity. Gohan's going to be up in 3 seconds.
They got 6 commons coming in the back. Oh, they ran down the stairs to shoot him.
Oh, no. Waited it out.
Oh, they're going to kill the smoke. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Rox, I don't like that. I think you had to run in with those commons. They would have been in there.
I think you're right.
It might have only been 4 or 5, but it only takes 1 with a full set of spawns.
Yeah, it leaves the survivors distracted. They have to focus on the common to make sure they don't get stuck on them. Gives you a little bit less time to get chipped. But obviously Mila doesn't want the smoker there. Much prefer the charger. And let's see if it pans out. MK, you take it away.
All right, he's jumping around, gets his corner onto Nick. Nick makes a misplay, gets another punch onto Nick. He switches over to Zyko. Oh, a ski from Zyko, but he gets a punch onto Zyko. Another punch down to 700. Charger coming in. Zyko gets in cap. Charger misses. One more rock. He does get it, and this should be a dead Mila. And looks like this is going to be almost the same amount of damage from both sides. We'll have to see when the pills are popped. What will it be here, Rox? And that is almost dead even from both sides. The only difference is there's more DB from Hokori compared to less DB and more HP for Akatsuki on the other side. It's the only difference.
You know, we'll see what they do with the last of these couple of hits that Akatsuki has. Could be a difference maker. Hunter is going to land on Mila for a little bit, and that spitter is going to connect. Kind of a hit that came together a little weird, but it's going to be able to get some stuff done. Yufed was waiting for that smoker, so he's not able to get a cheeky pull. But that boom is going to slow him down a little bit. Every second counts.
And the wild part is there's only 88-point difference, and they still have 40% of the map to navigate. Man, if they can manage to win this map from Hokori, I wonder if we're going to see the change for the map, like you said, because Chapter 4 is only 400 distance. So I don't know what you can make up there. We'll have to see. Jockey shows himself up above, making noise first. Charger Hunter not quite ready. And it looks like we'll see a hit of the transition outside the factory building, which I can't disagree with. I like this. If they can catch somebody here, they might lock it in right here. But Hokori going to back off and clear the commons and take this with pure caution.
Yeah, take your time. You literally need to enter the safe room right now with, like, no more damage on you if you want any chance of coming back in this one, I think, right now, if you're Akatsuki. So they're going to play slow.
I think actually they need more pills, to be honest with you. I don't think that's enough. If I'm just being real.
You might be right.
You know what I mean? I think they need to find as much as they can. Here comes the attack. Hunter separates the survivors, does eventually get skeeted. Charger, nothing. And all that spit. And about 30 damage. About 30 damage. That's it.
It's all right. Every second counts. Spitter block makes it so Zyko and Yufed have to keep bleeding out.
Man.
I will say, though, that if you look at the scores, MK, I don't know if you're paying attention to those, but honestly, if you look at it dead on, it looks like Corey's been doing a pretty good job of shutting everything down. Gohan has 4 points, Aisha 5, and Alish 19.
Yeah, that was just a really phenomenal tank, in my opinion, making the good decisions on switching to who he switched to. And Hokori doing a good job on shutting everything else down. You can't deny it. It's just how well Akotssky played. This usually means you got to play a little better. And right now, here comes the attack. The Hunter will land in the back.
Oh, that's a really good boom.
Oh, my goodness. They don't clear it quick. And I believe they're close to losing the round. Did they lose it? Yes, they did. Akotssky's going to take even more of a lead here, Rox. Oh, they're putting Hokori on the wall. What are they going to do at the end of this chapter? Going into map 4, or are they going to just go next?
I don't think so. I think they play one more chapter, and then they feel it out from that point.
Yeah, I agree.
Can't imagine they go map yet.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's too early.
Yeah, still, I mean, like you said, there's not a whole lot of points to gain next chapter, but all it takes is Akatsuki not making the safe room because of a good tank, and Hokori making the safe room because of a good tank. I mean, because of a tank they were able to defeat. I mean, that's the difference maker right there.
Yeah, it is insane how close these guys have been fighting this thing back and forth to this point. I mean, it has been a pretty good lead from Akatsuki right now for most of this campaign. But literally, it takes one wipe and the other team to make it with the bonus, and the game is almost even, just like that. And man, does Hokori get bailed out with opportunity knocking. They're going to have a tank at 22% of the way. That's only going to give them about, 50 points, not even that on the map. This might be instant when they touch off the bottom of the stairs.
That's the difference maker tank, though, that I was talking about. If for some reason Akatsuki isn't able to pull this one out, and they eat a hittable in a bad way because there is a car you have to worry about. I think there's a couple of them. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what they needed, was an early tank and a really good tank. I don't know who it's going to be in the hands of, but this is, I think this is the make or break moment of this campaign.
Yeah, I know everybody really wants to see Akatsuki get this W. They want to see this game go more because of how great these two teams are. Believe me, I'm kind of leaning towards it as well, but I just wanted to come down to see some amazing things happen. And with a 22% tank, this tank's going to have time to get all the toys into play. He's going to spawn probably directly next to one, I would think, here, because this isn't regular hard rain rock, so it's not going to spawn further back on the map. It's going to be a little bit more normal. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means they're delaying the third game or not. I hope it does not. I am copy pasta in that. And I will check out what it says after this hit.
Turn at 15. So right after this hit, this tank's going to spawn. A little bit of baiting going on from Akatsuki. Oh, that jockey. I don't hate the decision making. He's able to take Aisha out of that safe room. It wasn't able to happen, though. Ellis was on his toes waiting for it. Oh, but that Hunter's going to land. It's going to be a spit. Not too shabby.
I think they'd be happy with that. Apologize for the volume muting for a second, guys. Yeah, and unfortunately, guys, they are not going to play the third game tonight from what Shockwave said.
That's fair. I mean, it is late. I mean, I understand the decision making. Like, we talked about the fatigue. So even though it's kind of disappointing, you know.
Oh my.
Look at that charge. Look at that charge. That charge lands. It's not cleared. Oh, but it's not going to be able to get a slam.
If that would have been an end cap. Oh, the tank wasn't there, though. That would have been insane. That would have been absolutely crazy.
This tank is miles away.
Yeah, sorry, viewers. You want to see Game 3, but it looks like they're not going to play the third map today because they know the Pacifist is going to take as long as the first two campaigns did.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be here till 3:30.
That sucks for the voting, though, whenever they do. From now on, the best of three voting is just going to be each map from now on, not the whole thing. Oh, they retreated to the safe room? Look at this. They just want to guarantee no in caps. They say, come corner us. We'll take on your SI against our survivors. What a play.
Strategy.
What a set of balls here. And here he is. He's going in, Shockwave. And he stands at the door, pops his pills, and goes immediately to another target. Takes Rochelle. Another punch goes out. There's a third punch. He's still very healthy. He still has 1,800 health. And they're all backing off into the corner. He takes another one. No way. They are going to wipe out. This is actually insane.
Oh man, I don't know. It was, I mean, you saw why they were going for that, because they just didn't want to risk the separation or going down to a car. But yeah, I mean, when you're put in that small space, if the tank is able to get a down, turn around, get one other person, and they still have it like 1,000 health left, even less than that, you're probably gonna get capped. I mean, that's pretty risky.
Did you notice that the Hunter landed with 3 health?
Oh my god, no, I didn't.
3 health Hunter. That is
I don't know.
heartbreaking if you're rooting for Akatsuki. The 3 HP. If that Hunter gets clear, they survive that tank and they at least get the full distance from this map. That is.
Yeah, they played the straightforward option, and it just didn't work out. As soon as I saw that they were going back to safe room, I was kind of clenching my teeth because I was like, this could either be really good or really bad. It could go south real quick. They just weren't able to do enough damage to the tank when they needed to. I don't know if a bunch of them were watching the entryway for special infected, but it didn't pan out for them.
All right, Akotssky back on the wall, even though they have a pretty good lead. It only takes 300 and some bonus for Hokori to even the score. That's kind of wild. Hunter gets skeeted. Spitter goes in, Jockey tries. Gets stuck in the door. And the Boomer probably gets one, and that's it. No,
not
nothing.
even.
No, yeah.
So, what are the odds? You tell me, what are the odds that Hokori goes in that safe room?
0.
Yeah, I agree.
0% chance they go into the safe room. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if this tank ran all the way back and Hokori ran forward. And I think the tank's thinking about it because he knows it. Yep, he won't go get the extra car. He knows what Hokori's going to do.
Yeah, it's a dangerous play. I don't disagree with it at all.
Because if they go forward and they get up ahead, I wouldn't mind fighting it in the house up ahead rather than the safe room. That has a lot more opportunity. You can run outside. Safe room, you can't.
Yeah.
So, This is actually everything for Akatsuki now. If they're not able to get 2 in cap, no, I think if they get less 2 in caps or less, then Hokori takes the lead into the finale. Oh my goodness! He splits him. He's get to the car. There's a split there. There's the pull down. He fell off. Oh, the skeet too. The tank. Oh, he gets a nice punch off the top. A little bit of fall damage.
Wow.
They lucked out. And oh my gosh, are we seeing Hokori going to take as much of a lead as they were down at the start of this campaign? There's no way. Rock coming around, not going to land. They're surrounding him. He needs to jump inside. Oh, the car bounces off. It could hit the other survivor. No, it does not. He has 1,300 HP. They have 820 points remaining on the survivors. It looks like Akatsuki might fumble the bag. They need something to happen with these last 2 cars. The boomer comes up. The charger comes up. The charger lands. Can he get the car over? No, it's cleared. There's a smoker separation on the front. Can they get the car over in time? No, they cannot. The tank is being hunted down by a shotgun. 618. The car is out in the open. He's trying to make a Hail Mary play. Here it comes. One more punch on the hatchback, and he is killed. And oh my gosh, Rocks, did Hokori just do it? They are down 700. Are they going to be up about 400? No way.
Man, my whole job is to have words, and I don't have any. I can't. I mean, what did we just see? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how popular of a strategy it is to fight the tank in the safe room. Maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. I've never done it. I mean, like I said, these guys are much more coordinated than on a team I've ever been on. But I mean, like, that seems so risky. It seems like things could go wrong so easily. And I mean, like, Akatsuki's good. They know how to depend on each other. They know not to separate. They're good at clears. I just would have been safer to fight the tank outside.
Yeah, I believe so. I agree, man. Not only that, but nobody used a quick reload when he had the corner. They were more focused on staying away from the outside, but the 100 will land. A nice little double cap in the back. So the damage output is very impressive there for what they had. That is actually a lot of damage. But as it sits, it's still about a 400-point lead for Hokori right now walking into the safe room. And we should see, I think, a quad try before safe room. That's probably it.
Reloading.
I think that's all we're going to see before they get to the safe room, Rocks. That's how short this chapter is.
I think the wind has been taken out of the sails of Akatsuki a little bit. And once again, you can feel kind of like the mood changing. And it just kind of feels like dead air. And during the finale, it seemed like Akatsuki had everything in the bag. And then they got 3-capped. And now here, with the interesting call of fighting the tank in the safe room, it didn't work out for them. And now they're once again probably going to have to play catch-up.
Reload. Weapons over here.
All right, that's interesting.
As a troll.
Yeah,
that was a troll pop.
I think they have no choice but to sack the boomer and go for a quad at the safe room door. They might try to go catch him off guard here and go with these, but no, there's they're 2 together. There's no real good option there. So this is going to be it. 715 bonus to what? Quad. Safe room. Oh, it's not even a quad! Rocks, what did they do?
Now they have to just focus on nailing this charge spit. They're not going to be able to do it. The charger and the hunter die. The spit doesn't land on anyone. And MK, that's Hokori turning this game on its head.
Wow, 350 point lead. No, 350. No. Yeah, 351 point lead. I believe I did my math notes correct. Somewhere around there. Ahead now by Hokori going into the finale. And now Akatsuki needs a phenomenal Chapter 5 where we are going to see Hokori get their 15th first place in Left 4 Dead.
Man, and Akatsuki had everything in the bag too. I mean, like, you could say what you want about the strategy to go back to the safe room. It is what it is. I understand trying to play it safe, but I don't know. Is that the time to experiment if you're Akatsuki MK, or do you go with a bit more of the status quo? I mean, what do you think?
No, I don't know, man. I think what I think they did is they thought it was the safe call. And they played too passive.
Safe room.
They wanted to protect their lead. And I get protecting their lead, but I think when you play in the safe room, you got to play aggressive in it. and you made a passive call and you played passively. And the consequence speaks for itself. And not only did you play passively, but when the tank got the incap, the survivor split 2-1. Two of them went all the way back, and the other one let himself get cornered. So a little bit of a misplay there, but they still have a chance. But they gotta kill Hokori here, or at least get that bonus completely depleted. Because walking in with at least 600 bonus, or 400 to 500, I think it's already GG.
Charger's going to go in. I don't know how well that spit is going to spread up front. It actually didn't spread well at all. Still a little bit damage on the Zyko, though.
Almost there.
About 4%. Yeah, a little bit comes off. Actually, wow. 77. That was actually a lot. I mean, if you're trying to get the tank ready for getting a wipe, getting Zyko to 72 would be good, ideal. Getting him 3 punches so you get a fast in cap. I don't know if that's going to be in their ideal target here because it's hard to get damage here. And Hunter's going to come early, get killed. Jockey's getting stuck, can't get up top there. Boomer dies second. And that means the Charger's not going to be able to go if they want a good set of spawns.
Do you think the Charger goes for something crazy here? No, I guess not. I guess it's a little too late. Maybe a separation play?
I thought they were going to go hide in the room. I was about to say, if they went to hide in the room, there's a spitter.
Yeah. I think they realized it and got the hell out of dodge. Another hit coming up, though. It's going to be a Smoker, Spitter, Charger, Hunter. Charger's going to go in. Smoker is going to get someone. This is going to be some punch. No, just going to go ahead and do the spit missed! Oh, no! That's so unfortunate. I thought for a second the Charger was just going to go for punches first and then get the charge. But he went for the charge immediately, and then the spit missed anyway. I mean, everything's just going wrong right now, MK.
Yeah, it was. I mean, their SI was perfect, but the spitter just wasn't. It was 3 out of 4, sacrificing some of the SI to get that separation. And I believe probably about, what, almost 8% damage probably thrown down there, or missed, maybe even more. And the Hunter spawned kind of, I mean, the tank spawned kind of early. Hunter gets killed, Jockey gets nothing. Bad spawn location for this tank. He's got to get out of here quick, and he's going to be able to retreat to safety.
Well, if there was ever a moment Gohan needed to pull off another miracle with these tanks, it's right now.
And this is tank number, I believe, 12 already. Yeah, this is tank number 12. It's kind of wild to say that.
Oh, man. A full night of Left 4 Dead 2 action. And it's been a fun ride, and it might not be over yet. We'll see what Gohan can do. Gohan telling his minions to go in. This Boomer is way too far away, not going to get anyone. Charger is going to land, but get cleared almost immediately. Yefed eventually, at some point, took like 70 damage, and I just completely missed it.
Oh, shit. You're right. I knew they took some damage, but I didn't know that much. But Gohan's got to get all the cars into play that he can, but it doesn't matter because they're just going to retreat inside. Hokori's not going to let that become a thing. They're going to be like, you're going to beat us, you're going to have to cap us inside with a tri-cap and your tank in the corner. And he's already down quite a few hundred HP. Look at this, they're blasting him. Already down to 4,300. He's in the door. Survivor scattering everywhere. He misses his first punch. Rochelle not paying attention, gets cornered. Another punch onto Rochelle there. Jockey Smoker. It's a rolling tri-cap. He's going to be getting doubles in the corner. This is huge for Akatsuki. And they managed to kill the tank. And it took a lot less damage than I thought that was going to be there, Rocks. And man, Hokori kind of got bailed out. I thought for sure they were going to be lower than that.
That kind of goes back to what I was saying like a couple of chapters ago, where even though it seems like everything landed and everything did its job correctly, sometimes the clears from teams like these are just so good that you just think that it's going to do catastrophic amounts of damage, and it's only like good damage. Oh, ooh, nice charge. Taking him far away, but not far enough. It is going to get cleared. There's that Smoker. And the Boomer keeps coming from the same spot, but it's not able to work out.
And now we should see Hokori retreat inside the closet with the quad imminent. And I'm surprised they're not doing this. If they do this, they could wait inside there all the way to the rescue vehicle. But instead, they stay out here. All right. It is hard to land this here, though, Rock, so maybe this is the right call.
Yeah. I mean, they've been playing a pretty good Survivor game so far, all game. no real reason to be uncomfortable in this scenario.
Oh, I think they're doing this on purpose. They want them to hit the quad here. And the rescue vehicle's coming. The quad's going to be hit. This is going to be it. They got to do an amazing amount of damage here, or Hokori's going to solidify their 15th W, Rocks. This is everything for their tournament life.
Yeah, the capabilities. Like you said, it's a quad, so anything can happen. All it takes is one survivor out of place, but they can't wait too long or everyone's going to get bunched up, and there's no way they're landing that quad if everyone is in the same spot right at the end. Coach is already on the boat. They're still waiting. That Charger's in position. I don't know if he's going to go for an insta-kill or just a charge. They have to hurry. Here comes the charge. It might be too little too late. Oh, yeah, and it certainly is. The Smoker's going to get Shockwave pulled for a little longer than he probably thought he was going to. But that is a, all things considered, healthy Hokori group of survivors. And they are going to finish off this finale with a pretty solid bonus. How much exactly? And that's going to be over, I hate doing math, it's around 500.
Yeah, let's see. If they get full distance, 600 put them at 4,200, so they're going to need about 890 bonus. Oof. It's possible, my friend, but not likely.
I mean, as long as Akatsuki plays a solid game and they use the power of friendship, God forbid. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, their clears have been pretty good all game. They just need to play the Left 4 Dead 2 of their life. Not a great start.
No, it's definitely not, with everything getting damaged except the Smoker, which is probably going to get a scratch. Spitter will not. It's shot through the wall, so that'll be it. And here we go. I'm trying to remember how much damage a tank will be if it gets an in cap. I think if they suffer one in cap from the tank and they get the pickup, they'll be at about 1,000 even if they take no damage from now to where the tank spawns. And we know that's not happening, but...
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even come close to seeing a no-hitter tank tonight. I mean, even when the tanks haven't been great, they've at least been almost average. I mean, the odds of Hokori not doing anything with their tank is pretty low, but I guess anything's possible. This Charger's going to land. The Hunter's going to get skeeted in a pretty funny way. It's not a bad take.
And oh man, for Akatsuki, it looks even more grim. I just noticed it now, Rocks. Their tank is in the hands of Zyko, too. It's going to be in the hands of their best player, which is something they don't want to see. And they got to play aggressive on this tank. They got to play it out in the open. They got to play dodgeball. They can't take any corners. And guess what Zyko likes to do? Play long tank out in the open. So this finale could take a long tread to get through. We'll see. The Smoker pole goes forward, and it does get cleared right away. Hunter and Charger not able to find. Good shutdown there from Akatsuki.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I mean, they're shutting down the hits that they need to shut down. They're actually doing quite a bit better than Hokori was at this point in the campaign. I mean, the only one who has taken any damage at all is Gohan, and even then, he's still at around, let's see, 65 HP. So, we'll see. The things are, I mean, if you're an Akatsuki fan, there's still hope.
And this will be maybe the final tank of this tournament match for Hokori into the hands of Zyko. And the Hunter and Jockey pouncing around. Bloomer's looking for a more strategic opportunity. And they get Hokori's tank up top. Rock coming flying through the sky. And nothing's going to work out here. Questionable what the Psy are doing.
Well, I think if you're Akatsuki, you have a decision to make right now, because if you go in that building and you fight the tank, like most teams do, you're almost guaranteed one person's going to go down. But if you risk it for the biscuit and play out in the open and separate a little bit and all the special infected die and Zyko isn't able to land punches, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a possibility for Akatsuki to do something really incredible here and make up for their last tank fight.
And right now he needs to be being shot and nobody's shooting him. They need to chip him hard. Get him down to at least 5k before he gets to his second control to commit there. And I think that'll give him a good opportunity at best. Man, they're going to have to shut down all spawns. No hunters or charger or smokers can land. The only thing that can land would be a jockey here, Rocks.
Here we go. The tank of Akatsuki's life right here. That car is going to bounce in a weird way. Smoker died. He's trying to get him an instant corner, but it's not going to happen. He's going to get one punch onto Ellis, and oh my god, look at that car resting on that billboard. That was scary. And so far, so good. This charger needs to die fast, and it is. They have to keep dancing around this tank. It's another hit onto Mila. But that's okay for right now. Zyko's going to have to get out. He has 1,500 HP. Can't eat this rock here. You got to conserve every little bit of HP that you have on your team. I think this is a pretty good retreat by Zyko. He can still be scary. He's still first pass. It's not going to take a whole lot more damage before Akatsuki is out of this game. And now they're just going to go into the building. They're just going to... I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, they know he's dead. This tank is dead. The only problem, though, Rox, is they're going to be able to get good spawns. And maybe those damage from the spawns will be good enough to solidify a W, because I don't know how much over 900 they need, or if it was 890. I might have been off by a little bit, but still. They have, like, nothing to spare.
Yeah, I mean, they
gotta
play...
They gotta go outside right. They gotta get outside right now. They should go outside right now.
Jockey's gonna land. Yep, sure is. Oh, and the Charger's gonna take... Oh, I think that's it. Yeah. That is absolutely it, MK.
Yep.
And that is going to be the game, even though they are able to kill the tank. Nick's going for a ride. Alesia's losing all of their health. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a 15th win for Hokori.
Yep, they're going to put it in there. It's mathematically now impossible. And it's crazy that to think that Akatsuki is going to win, what, 4 of the 5 chapters and lose the game. They might actually lose this one, too,
yeah.
But still. That is just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. The rescue vehicle is coming. They're sacking into the quad. They're not going to have time. Oh, I thought I heard the rescue vehicle coming. Never mind.
This shit ain't pretty.
And imagine, you were saying on Chapter 2, are they just going to go next? Imagine, remember that reality we were in a little while ago?
Right? Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. And of course, since the winners do speak Spanish, we will do a little bit of an outro and send you over to Montex. They usually do an interview with them. So for those that want to stay there for the interview, we'll send it over there shortly once we're done. As this is no longer mathematically possible for Akatsuki, and unfortunately, Rox, they're going to fall again to Hokori in another Grand Finals. They'll be 0-6 now against Hokori in GFs.
I mean, say what you want about a couple of these split decisions and a couple of the small moments that cost Akatsuki both games, but I mean, it was certainly, you call these games a lot of things, but competitive is definitely a word I'd use. Those were really fun games. There was just a couple of little moments that settled the difference between winning and losing. A 3-cap here, an interesting take fight scenario there, and yeah, they had it in the palm of their hands a couple different times. They just weren't able to solidify it.
Yeah, Akatsuki's kryptonite is Hokori, the only one that have stopped them from getting first place in their career, as they have so much silver. They're looking for that gold. But here comes the last chance for damage. See if they can show it off. Is it a depth charge? Oh, they missed it!
Oh my god!
Oh, they missed the angle.
This is all gravy at this point, though.
And that is going to be Hokori winning the Fallen Kings Championship with a campaign score on Hard Rain Downpour of 5,110 to Akatsuki's 4,506. GG, Rocks. GG.